After he told me that, I said, "That's what she said," and everyone laughed.
Ha 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 ha.
He's decent character, yes?
Ha 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 ha.
Anyway.
Is that how Nissa would laugh?
Ah-ha-ha-ha.
I would like to know this.
Kind of like Woody the Woodpecker. Ha 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 ha.
Alrighty. So Nissa is just perpetually sarcastic or something?
Yeah.
Dealing with
All right,
more
I'm
people
firing
that
up.
leads to sarcasm, yes.
I'm firing up the PC,
I'm used to books that don't talk back.
and then I'll be right there.
Izmo's great.
Oh yeah, Thal hasn't even been on this whole time.
Yeah, I'll be there in just a minute.
The life of the party ain't here.
Well, since we're waiting for
he's
somebody
out.
else, can I take the opportunity
Yeah, we can
to
wait.
do an object? Or do something outside?
Wait. What object are you trying to do?
I wanted to create something that makes a bright light,
You're not supposed
but
to
it's
call
made
them
out of
out
human skin.
anymore.
So I guess, like, a light for flesh? But let's...
What are you gonna call it?
Oh my god.
I can't.
Oh my god.
I laughed and my head got dizzy.
Oh my god.
As would be said from an Artificer class at a higher level, that was a flash of brilliance. Flash of genius. It was a bright idea. Anyways.
Okay, so Nissa's mind works like lightning. One brilliant flash and it's gone.
Well, the bulb doesn't burn out, it just turns on and it stays on.
Noted.
Have you
So-
have you thought about contacting your electrician for that?
Erectician? Excuse me?
What is going on?
Oh, did you say electrician? Because I would think that's what happened. I definitely heard erectician.
What is wrong with us
doing
today?
a very horrible Chinese accent saying electrician as
Erectician?
And then
So, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this environment and maybe ask somebody who's awake to come with me. Because City in Darkness is bad. Who's awake
If you
nearby
would
me?
like someone to escort you, I would be happy to.
So are you still in the dining area?
I would say so if that's where the majority of the group's population is.
Let's see. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly where Francisco is in the mix of things right now, but
Well, he just
I
talked
was-
to the
Eris
character.
is sitting by herself with rats.
Yes, I believe last time we left off, I was just kind of starting to. I was still in the golden whatever chalice.
Yes, correct. I believe you had made an intent to do something tonight.
Oh, I was
You
half
made me aware
joking,
of
saying
something.
Francisco
Yeah, I
was
did.
getting wine drunk, but if Nissa asks somebody to accompany her, he will.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
But of course,
Great. Let's see what this spellcasting time is. It's an action. I'm gonna press this one. Oh. Wait. Never mind. We'll do it tomorrow.
Why?
Oh, I'm out of spell slots. I can't do it.
How are you out of spells?
We had an
What?
encounter with the in the
The banker?
well, I don't think I cast spells with the banker. I think that was from the concert for some.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
you
what
were
it
doing
was.
some stuff in the concert.
I don't know what it was for, but
Anyway,
it's
what
marked
were you?
on. No, if I don't have the slot, I can't do it.
Oh, I forgot about the concert. That was so fun.
So never mind. I feel exhausted.
Are you sure you don't have a slot?
I
bet he
mean,
was.
it could come back now. Great. It wasn't there. It is now. I'll use it.
I imagine y'all would have short rested, so
Oh, then if that's the case, then yeah, I would get Arcane Recovery.
yeah, so go ahead and run that subset of actions. There should be a button for you to click short rest, and then everything that is meant to happen for a short rest will happen.
Short rest, new day, no short rest. I don't.
And then if you regain spell slots specifically through some method, arcane recovery, I believe
Yeah.
it was.
There it is. Oh, it brings up a box, and I'll do the one I need. Slots recovered. Cool. So I'll do.
Cool, there you go.
I actually will retcon that and include the. After he says lead the way, then I'll head out with locate object, which is 1,000 feet ping radius of me for Tinker's tools. So if it exists anywhere in the city, then I
So
would know of their location.
describe or name an object that is familiar to you.
Right, ones I grew up with, working with consistently as a rock gnome with my parents.
If that object.
That's familiar to me.
Yes, however, it would have to be a specific object that you are specifically familiar with. Like if, say, you had a set of tools yourself and lost them.
Well, that's why it's not just a tool, it's Tinker's tools. They're a specific type of tool. Because otherwise that spell has no value except for if you lose something.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
You did let him search for Smith's tools,
Yeah, you let me use
And
it in
you-
the past.
and they were in the Smith shop,
And they were not
but he
mine.
decided not to take them. Correct.
Specific object. That's also because I didn't remember the wording on the spell, and I didn't pay attention to it. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind. So it does fit within. Yeah. Okay.
Do I need to reset the Bowen Friday?
The what now?
Maybe. I think I might need to put it in again.
Oh, there. Then
Remove the hyphen.
the
from
URL.
between
Yeah, there's
Bowen
not a
and
hyphen
Hero.
anymore.
Okay. How do I?
I moved my domain.
Can I
The way for
edit
it is
that,
in the
or do I
voice
need
section.
to?
It's in the voice chat.
Okay. Cool. So just
Yeah.
remake
So
it.
copy that, remove the old one, add the new.
Okay.
All right, let's grab measurement tools. I'm gonna put down a circle.
Yeah,
From
1,000-foot
you.
circle. That's why I was asking.
So
if you made
roughly,
the same
like-
picture. And this tracks with me and moves with me while I am moving. Because it's cast on self. So when I move, it moves with me.
When I move, you move.
That's easy.
So
Just like that.
in other words, if I don't see it
You know what?
immediately, it'll-
Here, I'm gonna modify the spell so that you can place a measured template.
Okay. I mean, it covers the whole city, if so.
It does.
So that's basically what I'm saying is if Tinker's tool exists in the city, I know where they are, and multiple of them.
But you only find one.
Yeah, if there's only one,
I'm
then I'll go
kidding.
for the one.
There's only one Tinkerer in this entire town.
Area.
And here's the thing: if you're telling me
circle.
if you're telling me that there's not one here, that means I can set up a business here and make a lot of money. So it's your choice. Do they exist, or do I get
Are
to
you
make
retiring?
money?
Or?
The game.
I'm gonna have to roll for it.
And niche markets.
Do I have to roll for it? Because it's just telling me if they exist in the city.
Go ahead and reping locate object.
Okay.
Wait, no. Dungeons and Dragons and market capture. There we go.
Ooh, for this 3D canvas thing, should I hit
Cast spell,
No.
place
If I
measure
want to be able to
temporary.
move.
Is there
Wait,
a way
are you
to,
using
Is there a way to tag it to my character?
to tie it to your character? Yes, I can do that.
Okay, then it's on me, wherever I am. So,
Yeah, I just wanted it to be your color. That's all.
oh, okay. That makes sense.
So, we're gonna grab you. We're gonna open the prompt for this.
Also, we're paused, so I can't move anything. Like token-wise.
Like the colors.
So we're gonna attach.
Yeah, the colors for the map are nice. I like how they're not just a solid. There's
Yeah.
kind of gradients.
Districts, if you will.
Yeah.
There you go. That should now move with you, and we're unpaused.
Excellent. Do any show up?
Ooh, let me look and see. Let me do a couple of self.
Yzma, Thal, and Nogard are asleep? Question mark.
Thal was with Francisco in his room. They went in
Oh.
there to.
Well,
Ah, then you're
Chat.
accompanying
Then
me
I'm-
with.
yeah. Thal,
That's a-
join us.
Yeah, if you're with him, then I'm with you.
Nogard asleep.
Ooh.
Yzma asleep.
He was gathering
Iris,
stories from me.
Eris asleep.
Eric
I
Eris
don't
was
believe it.
dying.
Eris was asleep. Eris is dining with rats.
That was a inquiry
She's
for
getting-
clarification, not a statement.
Yeah.
She's getting lit,
Yeah, she's partying.
litty with her.
Okay,
she's
so
Another
Ye-
word that rhymes.
let me see.
Mhm.
So you know the direction it's in, correct?
I know. Think of it as a waypoint in video games. It goes directly to its location. Like I can see it.
A radar. Ding.
It's a radar ping, and it lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay. Cool. So in the Cloudway Forge district,
Okay, Thal. And Francisco, here we go. I'm going towards Cloudforge. Unless there's multiple, in which case I'll wait.
there are multiple.
Okay.
Um,
I'll
there's a clumping kind of where I'm pinging right now.
Excellent.
And then there's a few scattering, a couple of there,
Okay.
over there.
So based off the fact that there's
Over
clumping,
here.
that means that the clumping area has them for sale.
You can choose to interpret it that way, yes.
Okay. I would like to still go out there tonight and
Derby, you have to step away for a second.
with Thal and Francisco and Scout.
All right.
And then have this be the encounter to obtain them. Potentially not necessarily role playing. If the we'll see what happens. We'll go with that. So outwards. That's
Onward, soldier.
Oh yeah.
As you exit the Golden Chalice, there are plentiful people still on the streets. Various lights. There's lamps lining the buildings still. It's very bright amidst the night.
I'm going to presume I'm not alone, and Francisco and Thal are with me at this point, wherever I move my token.
This is correct, yes.
Are you like following on either side of her?
Also, Thal has brought drinks.
Okay, so that means... Thal, are you on the other side of me from where Francisco is?
Sure. We'll Walk on each side of you.
So do you have like 4 tankards and you're just like drinking from them? And what are you
I'm-
doing?
I'm drinking. I got like double fisted, but like
Huh.
2 in each hand.
All right. Okay.
I am going to be keeping an eye out for unsavory types.
Excellent.
Maybe they want some ale.
I will provide a calm environment to aid in that check, providing the help action on his awareness.
So I apologize. Say again what exactly you're looking for.
I am going to keep an eye out for unsavory types. You know, it is the nighttime and it's a festival, so
Oh, wow.
As you all are going around, there's just a lot of jovial. There's laughter. There's music. It's very high atmosphere for even in the midst of the night, because it's probably somewhere around midnight at this point.
Okay.
Francisco, give me a perception check, and Thal, are you looking around, keeping an eye out for anything in
Passive.
particular?
I provided the
Passive.
help action for
Yep.
Francisco.
Thal's
Yeah,
drinking,
Francisco's
having
more
a good time.
actively. Thal's just kind of being jovial and like high spirited.
Mhm. Cheersing people.
So
Flanking tankards along the way, along the path to this
hang on. Sorry.
location.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I get the text box?
Is there something that gives you advantage on perception checks?
Me. I said I'm giving the
was-
help action.
Right, help action, correct. My
Okay.
bad. So y'all are both looking out, helping each other out, and keeping an eye out for unsavory beings. You do notice some illicit characters, but their intent is not directed towards you.
Can I tell what their intent is directed towards?
They just look really sketchy, kind of roguish.
So they're caricature
yeah,
artists. Okay.
I will remind you that I am a rogue, so can I tell what they are up to?
Correct. They look like they're staking something out.
I'll just kind of lean over to my compatriots and go, "Hey, it looks like there are some that are out working the nights, staking something out. We are not the targets."
Whores? Where's the whores?
Okay. It is the middle of the night and kind of chilly, so just look for someone who is not dressed as they should be for a chilly night. But
Oh,
that's
I
not
thought you
what we
saw
are
some.
talking
Sorry. Oh. Okay, never mind. And he'll
It's
go
the
back to being merry.
for whores.
I mean, he wasn't, but he thought working the night. Oh, I know those kind of people.
All right.
My apologies. No, not that kind of working the night. More of a skullduggery kind of thing.
Hmm. Is that a sex position?
Well, a sex position.
Thal is a fucking
He's fucked up.
amazing
If you,
character.
if you provide a very detailed description of a sensual experience, that would be a sex position.
I figured it would be something to
Oh,
do with the
exposition.
skull and
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Very,
It
very
was
well
a
done.
stretch.
DM, just really quick. What is today's date?
Today's date, as of this night currently, so
Because the
if it's
festival
past
started on-
midnight, let me midnight.
It'd be like the 5th.
Okay. It is the 3rd of Chess past midnight.
Is it?
Holy shit.
I think it's the 4th. I'm just saying. Okay, the reason why I'm saying that is because the 3rd was the start of the festival.
Was it?
That's what you have in here. Festival of First Bloom was the 3rd.
We were in.
So we went to
jail
sleep
for-
that
Based
night.
on an old calendar.
Okay, because we went to sleep that night and then woke up, and that's when we got into that scuffle and went to jail. And so then it's that night. So it would be okay. I mean, it's whatever day you choose it to be, but I'm just looking at your notes in there. It says the festival started on the 3rd.
I'd like time travel. Maybe the city is under time travel influence, so the party lasts longer.
I don't know. I'm just.
Where's the notes that say it's on the 3rd?
So on the right hand side, you have your note. The one has like a notepad with a 1 next to it. It says notes for chess 3rd 1496 Festival of First Bloom in Chipley.
That's not what that says. If you click on the first, it'll say the same thing.
Oh, does it? Okay. Oh, maybe that's what that 1 is. Okay. So it's the 3rd. Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure because I'm
Cool.
journaling. So.
Yeah.
So what day did we get here? The 2nd?
Uh,
Or the 1st? First.
it would have
The
arrived
festival
on
being
the.
set up. The
I
first.
thought it was the 2nd.
It would have been the 1st.
Okay. The 1st. So then it's
It is the 3rd. So midnight day
It's the
changes. So it is now the 3rd past
Perfect.
midnight.
okay, perfect. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. So hurry
Yeah.
on.
Actually,
As long
I
as
have,
we're on the same page.
I have an idea, DM.
What's up? What do you got?
I would like to saunter up to one of these individuals who seems to be staking out, but not actively like engaged in something. And in Thieves' Cant, ask if he knows a good place to get some tinkerer's tools.
So this would have been kind of around this spot here,
Sure.
where I'm
move
pinging
back.
now.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah, you can move your
pause.
character to be in front of him. But anyway,
No.
actually, yeah, there. We're on pause. The only reason I paused is because, yes.
Because of the time.
Actually, I'm sorry. I don't know that's what she's looking
Nope,
for.
you have
Never
no
mind.
clue. So I was gonna
Yeah.
comment on that after the conversation.
I was gonna mention that. Like, do you know what she's looking for?
No. Never mind. As I
Anyhow,
was.
so
Okay.
that doesn't happen. Going back down, as you walk up to the building that you sense a lot of a decent number of Tinker's tools in. You see, it's a storefront. What kind of place sells fucking Tinker's tools? Help me out here, guys.
Artificer shop.
Yeah.
You could do a craftsman shop. They might have extras.
All right, let's. I'm gonna grab some
Info?
details. I'm gonna churn some information real quick. If anything else is happening at the moment, feel free
Good.
to
We
speak
can
up.
mingle.
Yeah, y'all can talk while I figure out what the fuck you're seeing.
So Francisco,
Not,
what's your purpose of existence?
That is quite a question.
Very straightforward, but
I suppose my purpose for
Hey,
existing.
Sal, can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
absolutely. I thought you'd never asked.
At
My
disadvantage.
general philosophy is that there is always a story to be told, and I've made it my life's work to record these stories because our
Nice.
lives here are fleeting. But if these stories are recorded and stored safely, we live on past our natural lives.
So a documentarian?
So, Sal, you're a bit sloshed.
Documentarian.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I suppose that is a decent way to put it. What about yourself? You seem somewhat of a bookish type, no?
Yeah, it's more one step at a time. I don't really know what.
She
my
can tell
plan
the
is.
future. She did it. She did. I saw her. Tell me where there's more ale.
Here, let me do a brief reading. If you look in the other hand, you will see one.
And then he'll drink that ale.
Well, if you don't mind, well, you seem to have, and by no means am I is this a denigration of sorts? But you have come into a lot of money in the past evening. What? Why keep going? You could live comfortably, especially if you were to invest properly. You could live comfortably and never have to work a day in your life for the rest of your life.
Oh, absolutely. I completely agree, but living without a purpose or a drive is pointless. I mean, your purpose could be relaxation, I suppose, but
Yes,
don't
but
know.
I do not mean to insult. I take you for someone who finds purpose or at least comfort somewhere where there are many books and it is very dry. Not out in the streets at night and doing. Actually, I don't know whatever it is you're doing, but
And as you finish that sentence, we'll arrive here, potentially if the DM's ready. And if not, we'll keep talking. Great. So
Not quite ready. Figuring out a couple more things and then I'll be good.
then this conversation will happen over the duration of our walk, and then
also, I apologize. I don't think I ever actually introduced myself. I cannot remember.
Oh, you definitely
great
did.
menu. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did.
It was a very long name. You said call me Frank.
Yes, I
But
cannot
Francisco
remember
was
who I
more fun to
officially
say.
introduced myself to. So, anyways, I apologize for interrupting.
Oh, it's fine. I work with a cloister of scholars that works towards predicting and gaining a better understanding of the future and using it to better the longevity of I guess not necessarily humanity, but life, bipedal life.
That is an interesting, goal. Does not the future belong to the gods, though?
Did you
Aren't they the
know?
ones who
Did you
lay out-
know that where I come from, Fae, we live forever unless we're killed? Like
Well, you are like
I've-
lobsters.
I've been
Or
here
jellyfish?
for 100 years,
That would
Very
be
interesting.
nice.
and I just got taller.
There's always more
That's
to
it.
learn, and having that amount of time would be useful.
You
It
get
is.
really bored. My grandparents, you can barely tell them apart from my actual parents because they still look the same.
And
So they just wear different colored flowers.
as Val talks about it, getting bored, that that purpose also. That's another reason, Francisco, that I'm out here tonight. Finally leaving a duration. I've only ever gone between two cities, my home village and a smaller city, and this is the first time out, so I'm now going out and trying to explore.
Do
And
you have
not being bored
ADHD?
anymore.
I have ADHD.
This
At
is
least that's what my
canon, if you
parents
will.
say. But that's why you build sandcastles all the time. Like instead of like if you're bored, you just build a sandcastle. Makes sense now.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, hey, it's almost midnight, 1 in the morning. Why
Let's
don't
do
we-
something,
let's-
right?
Let's go outside.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I
well-
only need to sleep for 4 hours though.
Oh,
well,
well, see, that's
trans.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to, when I was working with a lot of scholars, they had me ingest this bean water that allowed me to focus better.
Mm.
It is disgusting.
Well, not pinto.
Like magic beans.
Maybe they're magic.
I
This
ran
is
into
me
magic
trying-
beans. You gotta be careful.
This is me potentially trying to push coffee into the universe.
Oh.
Coffee exists, yes.
Excellent. So I describe it as bean water. If I say coffee, would people know what that is?
I'm gonna go ahead and say
Coffee.
no.
Okay, so I describe it as bean water.
I
Is
think
this
I
some-
too have had this bean water.
It's only gaining some traction in the Zakrian Empire.
Okay.
Really, the
So-
people
so-
around this area don't necessarily know of bean water yet.
All right, so she has a very limited
They're still
supply in her
workshopping the
bag.
name.
So this is like some sort of a potion, no?
It's more like an alchemical brewery. So, yeah, I suppose
Like a
potion. I think it's brewed in a less complicated manner, but similar to alcohol.
I'm pretty sure I saw the guy at this inn. It was not a very good inn. 0 stars. He chewed up the beans and then spit them into like a little cheesecloth and then ran hot water over it. I still drank it. He said it cured hangovers, so. But the whole chewing it in his mouth, I think there's a better way you could do that.
I think that was just a way for him to try to feel like he was kissing you.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So as y'all are coming to a close in this conversation, you walk up to a building. It's a shop that stands out. It's got a lot of intricate clockwork. They have an intricate clockwork sign shaped like a flower with various little intricacies, some clocks and such on petals, and the petals themselves unfurl with some soft mechanical clicks, and it's got a lot of ivy and small wearing metal insects go about in front of the
Ooh, fun.
store.
This-
It seems almost alive.
I lean over and I go, apologies, my short friend. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for tools. I want to try to see if there's a way to make things.
There are always ways to make things, but what?
Like what?
But
Like what kind of things?
a mixture,
Bugs?
mixture of magic and metal.
Ah, so
I want to see if there's a way to mix magic and metal.
fair enough.
A golem? A golem of some
Perhaps
sort?
more in the form of like combative utility as protection measures. Because I feel like for some reason we
You
might
can-
end up getting into a negative situation in this
Can
adventure.
can you not just learn different magic or do different magic? I mean, I just kind of go fireball and like fire comes out, like
Yeah, but
it just happens.
if you have something that a vast majority of people don't necessarily comprehend, I'm sure a lot of people, or maybe not a lot of people, but at least a good portion know base magic, right? So if I can
You
mix it
could
in a way
make
that other people don't understand fully, it might be useful.
right, like to make a machine that makes bean water, so you don't have to chew it.
Yes.
Ah, lucrative. I like it.
Advantage on concentration.
The
checks.
bean machine, huh?
Can each of you give me a perception check, please?
I sure can.
I'm using my passive.
Not ass.
What's your passive again?
It's bad, I think. It's plus
I
3,
did it.
so
13.
I think it's like 15, 13. Yeah.
13. Okay.
Woo, we're kicking ass.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, y'all.
I accidentally see something.
Francisco, you hear a very muffled coming from the store. Very muffled.
What the hell?
Okay.
Does the shop seem like it's supposed to be closed?
No.
No?
It appears open.
Great. Let's go inside.
Yes,
Yes.
let's do it. I would love to see what is inside such a shop.
It's interesting to me that a shop is open at 12:30 in the morning, but let's go inside.
Oh, that anytime you can
Yeah,
make a
yeah.
sale, as we're going through the door, anytime you can make a sale, you leave your door open. Hello, is the owner of this fine metal bug establishment here?
I lean over and say, "Purveyor." It sounds fancier.
Oh, purveyor.
Yeah, is the I definitely
Pervy?
out of character. I definitely
Sounds
thought I heard
perverted.
purveyor of this
Purveyor.
establishment.
That sounds like an insult. Purveyor. What the fuck does that even mean? You do the talking, Francisco. I've had too many
As
drinks.
you walk in, you see shelves lined with various gadgets, glowing vials, some clockwork trinkets, and there's a large table at the center that displays some functional prototypes, like self-winding lanterns, some pocket-sized mechanical birds that
I poke a
chirp in
mechanical
tune with
bird
nearby sounds.
Cane.
What's that?
I poke a mechanical bird with my cane.
It chirps at you.
Peculiar.
could put
During
one
the
on your
duration
hat.
of the 10 minutes, can I see them still highlighted and go directly towards what I'm looking for?
There are a couple of just kits that are lined out on one of the shelves.
Your first Tinker's kit.
Yeah, it has
Tinkering books. Tinkering for dummies. Oh, look! If this book would help.
no books in this store. It's all
Oh, damn.
mechanical stuff. But after somebody walked in and said something about the purveyor, you see a gnome wearing kind of a workshop outfit walk out of the back with black soot on their face, wearing goggles that enlarge the visibility of their eyes.
Excellent.
I lean over. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Yes, if it's a gnome, it's great. If it's not gnome, this.
It is a gnome.
If it's not a gnome, it's gnome good at all.
Wait, we
Well
can do
said.
this. If it's not a gnome, you want to go home.
Ah, there you go.
So she walks out of the back and then looks to your group and says, as she kind of like wipes some soot off of her face, "How can I help you?"
Tinker's tools. That's
Oh, they're right there. We sell them for around 50 gold.
okay. Materials to craft with.
Well, we sell a lot of various creations. Let me look in the back, and she'll dart off
Excellent.
You could also probably
temporarily
go
to the back.
a smithy's to find metal cheaper.
True. But I feel if they're creating these pieces here, they have the materials that they could probably sell at a slight profit. Might as well stay in one location.
Perhaps, yes, perhaps.
We could do.
And you
the
hear
thing.
like metal clamoring in the back.
Excellent.
We could do the thing that you did with the horseman. We just put the money down and take what you want. That worked so well.
Yeah, I enjoyed that concept, but I feel like I want to make sure that I actually get materials too. So,
Okay.
And I am unfamiliar with what went down with this horseman, but perhaps we not make enemies with someone you may need to associate with in the future.
oh no, it went perfectly fine. There was no hostility.
Oh, okay. That's
There
good
was
to know.
confusion from the other person.
Thou will start to touch some of the trinkets and play with them.
I'm not going to stop anything.
Yeah, he's just playing with some of the trinkets.
Okay.
Ooh, what does this do?
This is
What
not my
thing
child.
would you like to play with?
First
You
one
gonna
of the
mess
birds.
with like a bird? One of the
Yeah,
mechanical
first
birds?
one of the mechanical birds. He wants to see if he can get it to like perch on his shoulder. Like he thinks a little singing bird goes along.
Is
with
it a
his aesthetic.
homunculus?
No.
Part of his
Okay.
aesthetic.
There is one somewhere. It's not in the shop currently.
I mean, I'm not there. I was just wondering.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
so you go and you pick up one of the birds. You notice it's got a large dial. Looks like it's meant to be wound.
He takes out some of his seeds and puts it in front of his face. Go on then, eat.
I think you just need to be a bit more gentle. And
It doesn't
patient
do
with it.
anything.
If you just wait there for a
Okay.
little bit, it might start to do stuff.
I
Yeah, he
hand
just
style
holds
my
it.
cane and go.
Okay,
"This method
and
seemed to work before."
after even more clattering, like there's a large crash that comes from the back. She walks out. She's got springs in her hair. Well, we do have some materials, but what are you looking for?
Primarily the tinkerer's tools, and I know that actually tinkering with things requires materials to craft devices.
Right. Yes. And she's darting her eyes back and forth, trying to figure out what to give you.
My
Or
primary goal
what
would be
to-
mixture of metal and magic for the purposes of combative defenses, using aggression.
And a
Aggressive-
coffee,
we-
a brown bean smasher,
And something
bean juice
to
maker.
blend up dry beans.
Bean?
Something
Bean
to-
juice.
Something to blend up dry beans.
Does this bird not like me? And he'll show it to. I'm offering it seeds. All birds love seeds.
She takes it out of your hand and very quickly winds it, hands it back to you, and it starts kind of rocking back and forth and chirping a tune to you.
Ah, here you are. You like some seeds?
And as it's rocking, its head does touch where the seeds are.
And because
It
it's
doesn't
rocking,
keep
does
them.
that mean that the bird looks like it's responding yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, he is so into it. Here, he's gonna do an insight check.
Great.
At disadvantage, remember you are drunk.
Oh, yeah. Let me do one more. Hopefully, it's worse.
Do it higher.
Oh, damn. This bird seems.
I mean, you can choose to fail.
He's a freaking drunken master or something.
Yeah, he's all right. He'll be like, this bird. You have to wind it. I see. This bird is not real.
You also
And
said that
everybody else
Nessa,
just looks at him like,
Related
yeah, no shit.
Nessa's being playfully harassment. Like
I figured it out, and he'll set it down.
Oh,
I figured
God.
it out.
Okay. So
Wonder if he's related to Thorbeck in some way.
that would be funny. but
Spiritually,
I doubt it. Spiritual brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're of the same.
I
Spring
purposely made
Eladrin of the
his.
Swain
I
Peaks.
purposely made his charisma, his dex, and his con high, and everything else shit, because I wanted him to be able to drink, be agile, and cast the shit out of his spells. That's it. Everything else, fuck it.
Okay, so you said that you're looking for some just basic materials to tinker with, right?
Yes, but also I want to be able to look into potentially creating combative weapons used for offense that mix metal and magic.
Well, I am aware of some offensive capabilities of my craft. You'd probably be better served looking to get some metal from some of the forges. That's where I get my supply generally.
I snap. and
However,
point
we
at-
do have some more magical elements that you might find interesting.
That sounds like a great idea.
Did you say you snap about something?
No, I said I snap and point at Nissa when she says get one from the foundries. Yeah?
Ah. Yeah. I know you
Specifically,
mentioned that
the
earlier.
metal for the shells.
Actually, you did mention that earlier.
Although we do have some arcanite fragments other elemental cores if you'd be interested in some of those.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Are they like magic power sources?
Do you,
Well, Arcanite fragments, they actually store magic directly.
Oh,
Nothing specific, but if you get it just right, you can store, if you have enough Arcanite, this is, you could store a whole spell. Releasing it is the tricky part.
is there a way to have it so that way the spell that you put into it recharges after a certain duration?
Well, you'd have to take it out and recharge it yourself.
Okay, so there's no way to have it automatically regenerate itself.
Well, there might be.
Okay.
I mean,
This is an artifice. There could be a million different things you could do. You could program through a magical circuit some specific spell and have the Arcanite just be the power source. But that's beyond me.
Question. I am not educated in such matters, but what would happen if you were to hypothetically crush up a crystal and snort it?
ooh, I second this.
That's a good question. I don't
spell in
mind
it.
it. It's tried.
So ignore them. First of all,
Do you want to find drugs with me, Francisco?
I do not
Arcanite
believe
isn't a
drugs,
drug. It's a magical power.
Anything's
Battery.
a drug if you use it like
Not
one.
yet, my short friend. Not yet.
Hmm.
so definitely a lot of Arcanite. Like a lot of Arcanite. Like a lot of it.
Well, each fragment that we have, I only have a few, and they're around 50 gold pieces each.
Okay, and so out of character, what does a piece do?
It's a small shard of crystal that can enhance the energy flow in an artifice device.
Okay. Also, additionally, do you have
It's almost
any,
an amplifier.
do you have any books, or would you be able to create a guide for basic level artificing?
I mean,
That I
you
can
did
use.
some
Something like
when you were
artifice for
growing up,
days.
right?
Like, but in a magical sense, like you're using. I've tinkered with metal before and done some minor sparks with stuff, and had
Oh,
Oh,
like
how
these
to add
birds.
the enchanted components to an artifice project?
yeah. So stuff like that. Out of character, what I'm trying to get at is a way to go over a book that it will make sense in the story for me to be able to gain my.
Become
And
an
at the next
artificer.
level, it becomes an artificer. So a book that teaches me what I need to
Have that
become
rudimentary level 1.
yeah, become the level 1 artificer.
Well, I mean, I would hate
She
to...
kind of sits there and ponders for a moment and says,
Think of it
I
this way.
mean,
You could
I'm
be the
always glad to encourage somebody to get into the artificing craft.
You could be the
I could
author of
probably
the
write a
world's
few pointers for you.
Yeah,
Right.
that'd be wonderful. What'd you say, Francisco?
Oh, I was just saying that he could be the author of the world's first guide to artificing. Think of the prestige that would bring.
Well, I do have proficiency in calligrapher's supplies too. I'm very good at taking notes with clean handwriting, so
There we are.
I could do that too.
Dictated by I'm sorry,
Divine
what was her
intervention.
name?
Just as a note, she has a bunch of soot and just metal components and shit in her hair, and like she's a mess. She's an absolute mess right now.
I don't have prestidigitation, but I also feel like she's comfortable and enjoys being in that state.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm the owner of this shop. My name is Tavalis
Tiva-
Greerspur.
Oh, I see that you're a bit indisposed, quite full of your craft with the soot and the things. Would
She,
you
she
like
looks
me
at you,
to?
cocks her head, and says, "What do you mean?"
I was just going to. If you were going to be working with Nissa here, I could use magic and clean you up if you wanted. And like, I'll
She kind of pats herself
prestidigitate
down.
an area on the ground to like clean it.
She kind of pats herself down and says, "What do you mean clean up?" She
Okay.
hasn't noticed the soot on her face.
You have on your face. It's like soot. You look like a very pretty gnome.
She wipes a
You
bit
just
more off.
look very dirty.
I think she
Well,
looks
the
fine.
Artificer doesn't.
I think she looks absolutely great with all blue.
And she gives you a really bright smile.
I need
like,
to see a picture of her.
Yeah. While you come up with that, I'm going to use the restroom.
Picture.
Yay! NPC
Right.
creation.
Sorry.
I'll be right back.
ChatGPT.
Yes, I'm not trying to offend by any means. If this is your natural state, natural beauty is, you know, something that everyone can adore.
But
This just gave me a fucking perfect picture. I love it. It's so good.
Love hearing when Chat GPT goes right.
Because usually it doesn't. I don't know. It hit Thalarian's picture like pretty solid. I think it was 2 searches that I did, and it got me exactly what I wanted.
tried to get it to do a portrait of Francisco's family, and it made it look like a cracked up 6-year-old drew it with a crayon.
Yeah, no, well, that's the thing I noticed too, is like when I try to do tieflings, it's a lot harder for some reason.
A lot harder for what?
For ChatGPT to like get tieflings right, because I tried to
Yeah.
do a tiefling with no horns, but it would not.
Because they're speciest.
Right.
It's because you got to use Adobe.
Yeah, I don't have Adobe.
I think it's pronounced Adobe.
Is it possible for you to make the picture and then
Adobe?
select an
Adobe?
area and then just have it remove these horns?
That's what I tried to do. I was like, I did like, you know, give me a blue-skinned tiefling with his horns shaved off, and it gave me
Hey,
a
wait,
red
hang on a second.
tiefling.
A blue
Uh-huh.
tiefling with his horn shaved off? What do you do? What are you trying? What are you planning?
Is that what you are?
No, I'm a blue tiefling with his horns.
Oh,
Under a hat that
another
we can't
character.
see.
It was another character that I
Okay.
made, and he
Didn't know if I
was
was gonna have to watch you.
no, his horns were shaved off because he was a bad person, and
He was a bad
yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
he was very bad.
He was too horny.
Yeah, he was super horny.
He had
No,
to-
he
had
was
to be less
he was
horny.
chaotic. He was chaotic evil warlock, and the Harpers performed a ceremony that bound him to the celestial patron to make him follow their rules and be good.
Ah,
Even though it's
evil
against his
celestial
will?
warlock, yeah.
Right? Yeah. You guys got to play with him in Siren's campaign for a little bit.
Yeah.
He was very morose, like just he didn't care about anything.
He's
Sounds
the
fun.
sad boy.
Yeah, he was like emo.
He's goth but with white hair.
To be
Yeah.
fair, an NPC that should be introduced later in this campaign, because Bowen had me. ChatGPT took like 3 prompts to get her, and that's Noggard's childhood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like 3 prompts,
she
and
a-
it came up with that. It's like that's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
If only you guys knew how many NPCs I've been sitting over here churning out.
No, I'm sure you
Same
have a
with
lot
the
for your
ones I've
backstory.
churned out. This is a brand spanking new one, and I'm probably gonna have more like it.
Yeah.
But there we
Oh
are.
my
Yeah.
gosh, she's so cute. Okay, I love her.
And just picture her face covered in fucking soot.
I like how the
LOL,
bird looks like...
Bowen.
Yeah.
Another redhead.
Right?
I mean, I don't disapprove.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
That bird kind of
Fitting.
fucked up though.
I mean, it looks like it's got a
It snorted
big
some of
ear
those
hole.
arcane crystals, so.
Yeah.
We should.
God damn.
We should. We should. Thal, we should definitely do magic
Drugs?
crystal drugs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, we should definitely find some magic crystal drugs.
I'm gonna ignore what they're saying. And.
Oh,
those-
Francisco,
Nobody's done it yet, man. New
Ask-
market.
ask those gentlemen
I'll show it
outside
for you.
if they know where any magical crystal
Okay,
drugs are.
patience. Let me take care of what we're doing here, and then we'll
Oh, I
go
was
find you
whispering.
drugs.
Whispering loudly.
This
okay.
is all happening in front of her, and she's just very perplexed.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, these ones are very much drug addicts, and so we're just trying to get.
I have 3 empty ales,
Correct.
tankards, around my waist in my belt, and 1 in my hand that's pretty much empty.
I'm sure Nissa will point to those and say alcoholic.
Yes!
So, do those arcanite crystals recharge over time? Like, do they
You
break
charge
at
them.
all?
I haven't had one break yet.
Okay. So can I get a set of Tinkerer's tools, 200 gold worth of scrap,
Crushed up Arcanite crystal.
as much of the Arcanite crystal as you can spare.
1 crushed.
Later, friend.
Let me know.
Okay, I'm
Thing.
I'm so interested in it now. I can't stop thinking about
She
it.
did also mention elemental cores.
Yeah, I'll do those too. What elements
They're
are
more
there?
expensive, and she doesn't have many.
What are those, and how many of
So
them?
here's the
What
description for you. It's a tiny contained energy source harvested from minor elementals that's used to power advanced devices.
Oh,
that is the
excellent.
description.
So
Just one-
as
just
many
one of
as
those?
you can spare.
I have 2,
Okay, I'll take both.
and I'll roll for the element.
And what's the cost?
75 gold pieces apiece.
Nice. Okay. 75 plus 50.
Do you have a self-filling tankard of ale? Is
No,
that
but
a
I can.
magic thing?
I'll work on that. I'll find one for you. I'll make one.
I've never seen a use for that. Alcohol dulls the mind.
It's so much fun. Think of how much fun you could have.
And then she sits there and contemplates, well, how would I do that?
So I know this guy.
Who?
He pull out his quarterstaff and he'll be like, imagine if you could drink from this. Just a long staff of drinking.
So how
Fourth
much?
wall break.
How much of the Arcanite crystals do you have?
200 gold worth?
I have 3 I could spare.
3. Okay.
So that's what, 300 gold with the crystals and
I'm-
the cores?
I got it.
Oh,
I'm good at
Yeah.
math.
Well, I also have some clockwork actuators.
What did those do?
is that like the thing on the bird that you spun in a circle and made it do the thing that wasn't a real bird?
It's
What?
she'll quickly run to the back and pull one out,
She gets
and
it.
it's this articulating joint that can lock into place,
Okay.
basically.
So what are those used for, and how much were the Arcanite crystals? And you have 3 of them.
Oh, the Arcanite fragments, they're 50 gold pieces a fragment.
Yes. Okay. Clockwork actuators. What is their purpose and cost?
Oh, a clockwork actuator is a precision device for smooth mechanical movement.
Okay.
It's often used for joints that are meant to do a specific thing
Okay.
over and over.
Excellent. How many of those do you have, and what's the cost?
Well, I have 5, and they're 25 gold piece a piece.
Okay. 5x5.
It's your lucky day.
What other devices or... Oh, and then some information that you might have to help me get into the more complex mechanisms of tinkering.
Eventually.
So a written, not necessarily like book, but perhaps pamphlet, like a leaflet.
She kind of chuckles at the idea of a pamphlet on the art of creation.
Of advanced creation, not basics.
Above the table, just because I think it would be really cool, could she have like this artificer, like her own little sending stone of sorts that's like a recording, right? But like maybe it's just something she can duplicate, like all her just random thoughts that she has, like 2 a.m. in the morning, she's like, hits her sending thing and she's
Oh,
like,
a voice
oh,
recorder?
yes, yeah, like a voice recorder, but she just duplicates it and gives it to you, so that way you can do her voice every
It
time.
would take some time to replicate that item.
Yeah, but like then you could just say that there's so much
It pops
information
up with
in
a
it, you know?
holographic
Like a little
interface
tablet, yeah.
using minor
Like just
illusion.
it only has stuff about tinkering, and that's how you study it and become however many levels of tinkering you have, or not tinkering, artificer. Because we have a couple days
Interesting.
left in the festival, and we could pick it up, you know.
We could come back later
Yeah,
for it.
like you could take the level of artificer even if we level before you get it, but then like it could just increase, you know.
I could be an artificer level 0.
Yeah, like
Multi-class
level
into
1, but just
level
yeah,
0.
level 1 get
Class
the basic
artificer
shit.
level 0.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's none
You'll
of the
get-
abilities, but doing the research on how to.
Well, I mean, you could have the basics. I'm talking about
So
something that
what
would.
were the words that you used to ask about this?
Oh, he's just drunk rambling, but kind of just like,
No,
Yeah.
the Nissa
oh,
What?
about getting like the basics.
Oh, not necessarily the basics, more so the advanced mechanics of aspects of tinkering that I wouldn't necessarily know already.
Think of.
Yeah, so the things
Okay.
that she believes
Um,
are not basics.
this level 1 is
Well,
pretty accurate.
I could spend some time writing down some notes based on some of my experience.
I don't want to pay you
If
for
you'd
that
come
time.
back in a couple of days.
So what would that cost for me to have your thoughts and experience?
Oh,
put
in
into
that
it?
regard, I want to spread artificing across the world. That will be free.
Okay.
Artificing?
Done deal. That sounds great for us.
Artificing, that sounds like another sex thing.
That is something else. We will not
I
be
said
afraid about that.
artificing.
Artificing,
Sorry.
okay. Sorry, that's just my
Sorry.
dirty mind.
You need to go to a district with red lanterns for that knowledge.
Okay.
I should mute myself.
No, you're fine.
No, it's great. I
Don't-
love it.
Don't continue contributing.
It is something that I would
Still.
think of too.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Jot that down.
2 elemental cores, 75 each. Tinkerer's tool, 50. Basic crafting scrap, 200. Clockwork actuators, 5 of them, 25 each. Arcanite crystals, 50 gold each, 3 of them. That's what I'm getting.
Saving money for your horse.
She has more stuff if you'd like to hear about it.
Yes. More importantly,
let's
do you
see.
have a bag of holding as well? Because if I'm
bag
getting
of
this much
holding.
materials, I am tiny. I don't think I will be able to carry this much.
Should we perhaps go
Would
back?
she
with the
have
cart?
bags of holding?
Probably. She's also tiny. How does she
That would be great.
I mean, size is irrelevant in D&D when it comes to stats. So
Oh, did we lose somebody?
It would appear that we lost. Did we lose somebody? Who was it? Bandit.
He dropped.
All right. So,
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Unacceptable. Um.
I'm looking through to figure out in my head if she would just. I know she would have plenty of bags of holding for her.
Right.
That's part of her storage system, but
Here we
But
go.
does she have any she's willing
Thal's
to
like,
part with?
how are we gonna carry all this? I'm not carrying it. I'm so weak.
what about for
How do you carry all of this? And he'll just look at her and like blink slowly. Is there?
a
We'll
bag
pay
that we could
Oh,
use to hold
for a
this
thing.
magically?
Yeah, I mean that's a thing, right? It makes heavy things lighter. Or
she's gonna like contemplate for a month. Do I sell them one of those?
I mean, would you
close empty?
would you sell that to somebody who's going to be putting 675 goals into a purchase order,
Friends, let me take
plus
this
the
for a
cost
second.
of the bag of holding?
Oh, Francisco.
Let me take this for a second.
Okie dokie.
My dear, you do this for the love of crafting, do you not?
I do.
I think this is a perfect opportunity. We would like to assist you by providing you the funds to continue your creations, and now you have the opportunity to create another bag of holding. How great is this?
She can. She should be able to make one.
Just real quick for brain, above the table stuff because I'm having trouble remembering how fucking much is the bag of holding normally. Is it like 500?
5e's,
I'm making mine as Cyrus, so I don't know.
5e's a little bit loose with their pricing for magic items. It's based on the rarity of the item, not so much the item itself.
Well, now I got to figure out how rare this item
Well,
is
here's the thing.
in my
Here's
world.
Here's the thing.
in-
If you do shift space, bag of holding shows
Yeah.
up. Each of them have a gold value. One is 100 gold, and the other is 4,000.
I like the 4,000 number. Feels better to me.
It's based on size for the bags.
Yeah.
The price. So, let's see. I googled it. It's an uncommon item.
Correct.
Oh, they don't have different sizes in 5th edition apparently, which is lame. Uncommon
that
item.
can be a home brew thing, though. It could just change the carrying capacity. of it.
Bearing in mind, this is a homebrew world. I am now determining how common
Yeah.
bags of holding are in my world.
You
If
can have one.
if
You
you-
have one. You have one.
if it's
I
a
mean,
high
they're-
magic world, they're pretty common. I would. Say,
Yeah,
would
I mean-
recommend.
Yeah.
and it's like you gotta
Aren't
think-
bags of holding like? Can't artificers create them too?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
they can. That's what I was saying. Zyra can make them all day long.
Right.
the only thing that's different is that you can either create it by using
I mean, that's
the
why
time,
she has so
money,
many.
yeah, time, money, etc. You can just flat out create it, or you can use your infusion to make it overnight.
Yep.
You can just be like, I have a bag of holding.
See,
It
that's,
does,
that's
like,
something that I would be
reduce
able to
them.
use. They'll like look into the magic of how it was made and then make one. But I have
So-
to have interacted with one first to replicate.
You have to have
Right.
one to replicate it.
Right.
Yeah, to
Um,
replicate magic items. That makes sense.
Yeah.
The
You have
for
to know the
uncommon-
knowledge to do it.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure for uncommon items, the pricing in the Dungeon Master's Guide is 50 to 500. So just kind of.
So what I'm gonna do, back into the thing, she is going to gesture towards a tinkering station at the back, and she'll say, "Well, I would sell one for around, I'd say, 400 to 500 gold pieces. However, if you'd like to make one under my watch, with my guidance, I could sell it to you for a discount.
Neat. Let's do it.
Hey, let's not be hasty. What kind of discount are we talking about, my dear?
Well,
Half price.
depending.
On.
Half price, and we'll put the brand of your store on it. Advertising.
I'll elbow Val in the
Advertising
ribs.
is good.
He's so excited.
I'm sorry, I did not hear you.
She's still contemplating. Well, we'll just have to see how our friend here does.
Eh,
Yay!
all right, I suppose that is acceptable to our friend.
Okay, we'll leave you here. You do that tonight, and we're gonna go find. We're gonna go back to the inn.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you now. If you leave now, I will not let you snort the Arcanite crystal.
So you're saying there's a chance that I can snort one?
If you don't leave.
That sounds like a deal to me. And
Yes.
he'll sit down in the first little stool that he finds and cross his leg,
Excellent.
and just look at his empty flask, like, huh.
I look back at
ale.
the Artificer and say I have to keep my bodyguards around somehow.
Fair enough.
Okay.
At this
They
point, you
aren't
could give him
exactly the
sand to
brightest.
snort, and he'd do it.
So, do you go back to the station?
Yeah.
So
One moment.
she goes in the back for a moment and brings out the materials it would take to make a bag of holding, and then
I'll take my time.
sets them
looking
on the
at
station.
supplies first, because it sounds like Francisco wants to do something.
Okay.
I was just wanting to ask, do you prefer Tevalis or Greerspur? That is hard to say in my accent, but
How about tea? That sounds fun.
whatever. Anyways,
Most people just call me Tiva.
Tiva. I love it.
very nice. Yes.
Cute as a button.
Do you have a? I forget what they are called. The stones that are linked together and you can talk to each other through them.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Stone?
Yes.
I know what they are.
She kind of squint her eyes and contemplate for a moment, and then say, "Oh, you mean the sending stones?"
Yes, that one. I'll snap and point. Yes, that one. Do you have a pair of those? A linked pair.
Let me go check. And she's gonna run in the back.
Very good, thank you.
That would be quite handy, yes.
I
So-
figure, I can send messages, not very far though. I figure if we're going to keep splitting up the party, perhaps we can keep in touch with each other somehow.
Yeah.
Above table, with the height difference between Francisco and Thal, how would that elbow work?
What?
When he
That
elbowed
elbowed
you.
you.
was not really short, I don't believe.
I mean, Thal's 6 foot,
yeah.
even.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I thought
I was
he
gonna
was.
say, even if
small.
it wasn't,
He's just
it's
taller.
the same way you elbow a 6-year-old. Like it's pretty easy.
In the face.
Yeah,
That's what I was trying to get at.
Cisco's
But
only
okay.
2 inches shorter.
Yeah.
No,
Francisco-
I thought Thal was closer to Nissa's height.
Yeah, because he said short one.
Yeah.
So.
I was
Uh,
I don't know how tall Francisco is.
basically your height, I
6
believe.
foot. Okay.
5'10".
Maybe I'm
5'10".
shorter because of the horns in the hat.
It may feel like you're shorter, but he's a few
5'10".
inches shorter than you. Yeah.
That
Depending
y'all
on-
are
Thal-
similar in height.
Yeah, Thal stands up very straight, so his
okay.
spine is locked. There ain't no slumping.
I feel like Francisco stands quite tall. Yes.
Yeah.
He
Shoulders back.
certainly seems to. Yes.
All right. So after she goes in the back, she comes out and says, "I do have a few, but I need to pair them."
Oh, but I look over at Nissa. It seems that I will be here for a bit, so How much do I owe you?
I got it.
Damn,
I'll buy them.
DM is putting in the work today.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Mini shopping session.
For a session you were not prepared for.
Don't be half.
She'll think for a moment and then say, I could sell you a set of sending stones for about, I'll say 400 for you.
Let us see.
What if I did an autograph for you?
An autograph? Are
Yeah, have you not?
Are you famous?
Have you not heard of the band Thal and the Naturals?
What's that?
We'll have to come play some music for you.
Well,
I am Thal, Thalarian.
why not
Bloom
take the
Whistler.
opportunity as we're crafting to play some music for us?
You're right. Would that be too distracting for you? I could
No,
play
that'd be
just
great.
All right,
That
I
would
will
be
do
ideal.
that.
So I'm gonna set up so that way I can do that. And when he does it, I'm gonna cast Silvery Barb so I have advantage on my crafting.
And she's also going to pull up a second chair to the tinkering station, and she's going to be working on the sending stones while you're working on the bag of holding and like looking over, making sure you're not doing weird
Play
shit.
backup with my instruments somehow.
There we go.
Okay.
God damn it! It
So
pinged it so many times.
Maybe it can be advantage because help actions. Or,
Yes,
or
she is
or-
helping.
Oh, I meant the musical performance from the
Please
many
hold on.
pan.
Is
Deleting
Francisco
all the
assisting
pan flutes.
in the pan flute?
He's doing a supporting music with a
Yeah.
drum, I think.
Pan flute.
What is Francisco doing?
I am supporting.
All right, so I got advantage.
Do I have to have it equipped to play it?
I think so.
Maybe.
I just do it out of tools.
Yes, I do. Okay. I will play the dog.
A 9 with advantage? I'm fucked up.
Cool. So I'm gonna
I'm
go ahead
drunk.
and also put
Silvery
silvery barbs
barbs.
on that.
So I get to roll again to see what's
And you
worse.
pick the lower of the two.
All right.
Okay, hold on.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
I'm gonna give you quadruple advantage on this because you're doing some fun shit.
All right. Sweet. So
Oh
I'll do it at.
God.
I'll do it as normal then because he's giving me disadvantage.
I got a 23
Okay.
on my performance
Can I
check.
do silvery barbs on myself to get myself
Oh,
advantage
That's so
instead
bad.
of doing it to other people?
So you want to do what are you failing at in order to succeed later?
Whistling along.
'Cause you're getting advantage from help from
Oh, I am.
her
Oh,
already.
okay, never mind. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So never mind. I'm not doing anything.
All right.
So
I got a 23 for
23s.
my performance.
Now, I said I was just playing like a little pan flute, nothing extravagant like I was. So we could say it's not necessarily a failure. It's just not one of Thal's greatest
It's
hits.
not. Yeah, it's not one of Thal's greatest hits. But that dulcimer though.
Yeah, he's going for it.
That lower number
It-
doesn't happen, by the way. And he said you get quadruple advantage, meaning.
Oh, so I get to
twice
do
more.
one more. Okay,
Twice
I get to
more.
do one more then.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
one more.
I've done 3.
Yeah.
So
If I'm
There we go.
understanding correctly.
there we go. That's not bad.
There you go.
Okay, good. Yeah, because that 8 also did not exist.
Okay.
From me because
Perfect.
I'm getting help.
Yeah, the 8 came from the quadruple advantage of I wanted
Yep.
you to play well.
Yep, and the 4th roll was 16.
Good.
So
God damn, the dice didn't like you
No.
until that. But damn, Francisco, that dulcimer though.
It's almost like I'm a bard.
did
Yeah,
everybody
right?
did everybody listen to that "Dancing Through Life" song that I posted in the chat?
No.
I don't recall it.
All right,
All right, but while
I
y'all
was
are
gonna
doing
say-
that, playing that,
he's singing that song.
23.
Nissa, you're sitting next to what's her nuts, Tiva,
Mhm.
and she's kind of pointing out. All right, well, you're gonna have to stitch this part and this, and so on. Go ahead and give me a. What's the thing? I need to look at
Tinker's
some
check?
stuff. Yeah, give me a Tinker's Tools check
23. Yeah.
at advantage.
At 23.
Okay.
I rolled that
My
already because I
friend.
figured that would be the only real thing to roll when using the tools.
My friend, you
Alright.
blow across the pipes, not into them.
He's blowing, and then he's just like dancing through life.
And also give me an Arcana check.
What's it in reference to?
Getting the
Magic.
enchantment for the bag of holding going.
Advantage? Question mark. Aid?
Yes, you are getting assistance.
19.
Okay, cool.
And if it is, I don't know if you would let me carry that, but if it has anything to do, I mean, it's an intelligence check related to magic items. It's specifically history, but I'm wondering if for some reason I could make it not. If it's failing, I could add 1 or 2 to push it over 20. If you let me use that for my backstory stuff. If it was
So here's how I laid out these checks. The first one was how well you made the bag itself.
okay. Oh, I see. So it wasn't
The Arcana check was determining whether or not it was a standard bag of holding,
Okay.
which you made the check for standard.
Okay.
There was an opportunity for an exceptional bag of holding.
Would you allow my knowledge of Artificer's lore to push over to here for an intelligence check? It does say specifically history, not Arcana.
I would not apply Artificer's lore to this in particular because it's the potency
You're
of
learning
the
it?
enchanting.
Yeah, it's not what I know, it's what I'm learning or whatever. That's right. The enchanting process. I tried. I also wanted to make sure it was
It's
clear
a
that it was-
fair thing to try. Like, yeah, it could have made sense, but given the situation, it doesn't, unfortunately. But you have successfully, with the assistance of Tiva, but she like slapped your hand a couple times, like, no, don't do that. Like,
Makes you
helped
think of your
you-
parents when they were teaching you.
Yeah, probably.
Mom?
and you have now successfully created a bag of holding, and she'll say, you know what? This is a pretty good craft. I'll say at cost for the materials.
Neato. And what's the cost for the materials?
About 100 gold pieces.
Okay. So, to clarify, is there any way that I could add sending stones into this with a discount? Push it to 225 instead of 400.
She's gonna kind of rest her elbow on the Tinker Station. Kind of.
Can I make a diplomacy check to help him out with that?
Diplomacy check?
Persuasion, charisma.
Persuasion, sorry.
Yeah, you know what, go ahead and give me a persuasion, Nissa.
Persuasion.
Okay.
This
At
is your
advantage
star pupil.
with whatever Francisco's doing.
Whoa, what the hell is going on? This is your star pupil.
Yeah.
Perhaps we come back.
Give me a 1. 10.
God damn.
Let Thal
Oh,
help
you
too
were
with
doing
persuasion.
Because
Oh.
I was expecting me not to be the one doing the persuasion. I would be giving the help action.
Yeah,
I wanted to see how she would have reacted to Nissa just putting it out there.
Okay. So do you want me to
So,
roll?
The reason why I'm saying that
I
is
honestly
if
want to
we-
use Thal's role here.
Okay.
Thal's starting to make a song that he can sing about her shop, like a little jingle, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I could sing this a couple times outside for some advertising."
At the advertising and bringing in more customers, her
Yeah.
eyes raise. Like, oh. I could do the sending stones for 200. And note,
Excellent.
she was working on the sending stones while like helping you with your bag of holding. It was mostly you doing the bag of holding stuff.
Excellent.
What was her name again above table? Tia?
It
Valis.
was Tavalis.
And what can I get for 25 gold, if anything?
Oh, 25 gold. Well,
That hasn't been mentioned yet.
well, you could get a couple of glow powder vials,
Which do?
some luminescent powder, good for some decorative, such. And then it's also a minor light source.
How about it's for the cost of your knowledge imported into a pamphlet? Basically, what I'm gonna see is if there's a way that I can, when attempting... I want to see if there's a way that when attempting crafting, I can get advantage. Based off the information in pamphlet she provides. For 25 gold.
Like just having advantage on artificing checks?
On Tinker's Tools checks. Not
On
necessarily
Tinker's Tools checks.
not
specifically.
necessarily Arcana or whatever, but advantage specifically on when using the tools that she...
The Tinker's Tools specifically.
Correct.
Val's just
No, that wouldn't give advantage. It would have to be like an active assistance.
That's fine. I could just ask somebody to perform for me and then make them fail. That works.
And the book that she'll wind up giving you after a day or two, she would just... all it would be good for is giving you the knowledge to enter into artificing at
Okay.
like level 1. That's about it.
I was trying to see if it could be something that gave me checks on a specific development or specific item or whatever, but that works. The reason is it's currently sitting at 975 gold, and I was saying if it could be 1,000.
Alright, if you want to just give her 1,000 and call it a day, that's fine.
For helping you make a bag of holding.
Sure.
Yeah, give her a 25 gold peace tip.
Yep, we'll do that. And so that's...
come one,
Peeping culture is ruining everything.
come on
So-
to Devalish's shop.
uh,
Working on it.
All of this shopping makes me wonder what our other party members are doing.
It's a good question.
Would you? He looks around at some of her stuff. What would you call these? Gadgets or gizmos?
Huh?
I'm workshopping it. Come on, come all to Devalish's shop, where gadgets and gizmos make your jaw drop.
That sounds good. I like that.
Okay, all right, he's like writing it down.
But she would refer to them as like gadgets and trinkets.
Where gadgets
Clockwork
and
trinkets is-
make your jaws drop. From clockwork wonders to gears that spin, you'll find the magic of crafting within.
Okay,
And as you leave, she's humming it.
so
Yeah.
400 platinum, or it's 40 platinum, is 400 gold because it's times 10.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. I need to cut my accumulation in half. I don't have the funds I think I have.
I mean, you could just, if you think about it, the one of the cores, you can just swap it in and out if you make it interchangeable, like kind of a little compartment where you just pop it in and pop it out, and you just put it in the things that you're using,
Can always duplicate it.
and then get more later. Yeah, get more, duplicate it later. You only really need one, and the one that you're gonna crush up that I can ingest. I'll buy that one. How much for that one?
50. Now I'm
Ah,
at
hey.
950 left.
He'll give you 50.
Let me see. Bag of holdings is definite. Tinker's tools are definite. That's 150. Basic crafting scrap is important for 200.
Ooh.
And then
Don't forget your 50 for me. I
Yeah.
deducted it already.
okay. So then I'll just subtract the arcanite crystals to make them 100 cost for me, for a total of 450. Okay, so Tinker's tool, basic crafting scrap.
Yeah, if you'd put in the list in chat, I can.
Yeah, I can just copy it, just select the row, and I can manually do it again. Let me space that multiple times.
Nissa, do you need another 50 gold? I honestly don't mind. I could give you another 50, and then we can just figure it out later. It's not
I'm
a big deal.
going to go into debt ever.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you'll greet me back. I know you will. I know you're good for it.
Yeah, but
Well, we've made a
can-
lot of money before.
I can help.
How good
out.
with money is Thal?
Thal just wants to be able to buy booze and have a good time. He's got more money than he's ever had, so he's like, he's gonna.
I feel
buy a
like
lot
this
of
isn't
drinks.
true. He's probably collected this one or two other times and blown every cent, every gold piece he got on
I mean,
booze
I'm not
and
gonna say
whatever else.
he has. It's been around for 100 years, so yeah, maybe. But in one go,
this is not the first time
in
that
one
he's gotten
go
this
though,
much.
there was a lot of help going on to get this much money.
True.
So I think,
this was pretty articulated.
yeah. So I think, he's probably had his fair share of
I
money
really
before.
enjoy that you're playing a sorcerer as a bard.
It's totally part of it. It's
I know.
glorious.
Okay.
Are you sure? I'll just.
Okay. I have my list.
Okay.
I am finishing the type out of it, and I have the funds for this without.
Because I don't think you've communicated that you want XYZ to her yet.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what she has.
I
I think.
did. I repeated it to her in character.
No, I just
Okay.
mean that.
She brought
if
out
you
everything that she had.
Oh, she didn't bring it all out. She was like
Oh.
talking about some of the stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because I know he was like, Nissa was like, I'll take it, like everything.
Yeah. Okay.
So, there's the list.
All right. It's like, all right, I'm gonna gather some of the stuff.
That's the max I have. So I have 126.
Damn. So you're spending all of your money getting this stuff.
Correct.
That is 100% what I think Nissa would do, though. Like,
Yeah.
This is an investment that can make money
Right.
back.
Right.
So-
She is like super
So-
stoked about it, and Thal's just here for it.
With that, she's gonna take the bag of holding and go load up the stuff
Okay.
and bring it back to you and ask for the money, and then she'll give you the bag.
Okay.
Money
so
well spent.
there's stuff if you look at the tinkering tools when I bring it up. If I do this, I think this is nope, that's not the one. If I do this, it's still not the right one. What? This one. It's 1 hour and 10 gold worth of crafting materials, so that's 200. So that's 20 times I can do that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Noted.
Yeah, so that's why I got the 200
How?
in basic scrap.
Gotcha.
And then Artificer, when I get my first level, brings new toys to make at Artificer level
Yes.
1.
And
Magic
Correct.
cantrips.
So,
All right. Anyhow, so you have a bag of holding filled with that stuff.
noted. Let me take care of that.
And so you give her 40 platinum coins, platinum pieces,
40 platinum. Let me just go in there and do it. 40 platinum.
and 125 gold pieces.
Yes.
And you still have some to spend
I
where
do.
needed, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure.
I
know
still
I've
have
got you.
I still have some money left, yes.
Perfect. You know I've got you if you need it. Just let me know.
I'll find a way to get money back.
All I ask is that you make me that tankard that will refill itself with ale, because then I really won't need money.
True.
I guess to sleep.
Okay, so okay then.
I'll just finish by saying,
She's
Yeah.
gonna react pretty strongly to the platinum pieces, like, oh, people normally pay with gold.
yes, we are very
How?
well.
She's gonna like bite one.
Yeah.
Yes,
May I
that
put
was
a-
from a performance earlier today of Thal and the Naturals. And he'll
Also,
wink.
that's freshly minted from the bank. So
I can tell.
Saying something.
Francisco.
Tia, may I put a down payment on those sending stones? I'll have to come back. My other funds are in the bank.
Do you want them? I could just buy them now, and we could work it off and pay it. I mean, you're part of the party. I enjoy having you around, and I'll pull out another 40 platinum pieces and put them down on the counter. It's no biggie. We'll get it. Don't worry.
Oh well, if you
She
if you
mentioned-
insist, I don't want to upstage you.
she mentioned that it would be 200.
With the advertising.
Yeah.
Oh, of course then. Yes, I will.
20 platinum.
Here you go. I'll give her 20 platinum pieces.
20 platinum.
And I'll give
Y'all are
Francisco.
roaming in it.
Very
And she'll
good.
like collect it up and go put it in
What
her
is the-
till.
what is the terms of this advertising?
Oh, I've already came up with the song.
Yes, I know.
Um,
How often? Where at?
Oh no, I just
Kind of-
during
Well,
the festival.
I'll
be
have you
singing
record it another day, and we'll just do that off screen, kind of.
Okay, yeah, I'll post the.
Oh, record
The
it. That's a
song.
great way to do that, because then she can replicate the recording and
Yeah.
place in like speakers and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We should
Exactly. She's an artificer. She'd think.
Yeah.
Since we have these stones now, perhaps we should go find our compatriots and give them one. Yes.
It's
Uh,
still like midnight, right?
Yeah, it's
Like
like
there's
12:31 in the morning. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, they should
Isma's
still be awake
sleeping.
for a couple
This
hours.
was taking a while.
No.
So are y'all gonna go return back to?
Yes.
Yeah, what is it like 4 in the
Place.
morning?
It really hasn't. It's been. Kind
Had to be a couple hours to make a bag of holding. I mean,
Yeah.
even with all the tools,
Yeah.
That's a
two
good point.
people working on
Ah.
it.
And a
Like,
professional working on it, maybe the time was cut in half because it was a professional basically doing it for me, but I did it with my
Yeah.
own
So
hands.
I'd say it's about like 1:30ish
Okay.
in the morning.
okay. Thal just keeps peeking out the window just to make sure that he sees that the sun's not coming up yet because he doesn't want to miss meditation with Isma. He's like,
Cool.
I gotta make it to that. It would be nice to sleep, but if I don't, it's fine.
All right.
I'll get
So
a
y'all
power
head
nap.
back to Golden Chalice, or what are
Yes.
y'all doing now? You've made your exchange. Thal has an obligation to go record a song another day.
Yep, I
Which we'll
posted it
do
in
off
the
screen.
posted it in the chat.
Thal, perhaps you do the singing and I'll do the instruments. Yes.
Oh yes, we could do that. I love playing the flute. Maybe I'll just play it as we walk along. But I do
You
love
know,
coming up with
okay.
songs.
Yes. If you wanted to spend a little time, I could teach you how to play that.
What if you taught me how to play the drum? Because I can sing while I play the drum, yes? And maybe I teach you how to play the pan flute.
You see, I would be happy to teach you the drums, except for I do not know them. And also, unfortunately, I already know the pan flute.
Oh.
Oh.
I could play the dulcimer. That's
Alright,
hands, correct?
Yes, I could teach you
Is
the
my
dulcimer
place
if
the
you wish.
drums?
Before these three get back to the Golden Chalice, I'd like to know what Eris is doing,
Hmm.
since she's still up.
Rat rave.
What is
Rat rave.
Eris?
What is Eris doing? No, nobody's come up to you yet. The rats are just having a grand old time with you at the
All
moment.
right. So
They're not eating the shellfish, are they? They have some horny rats. They're gonna have an infestation in a couple months.
So what do you mean in a couple months? They already have one.
So how long has it been that Eris has been dining? Because she has been sitting there surrounded by a feast
A few hours, right?
of oysters. She's been drinking absinthe. She has been dining on cheese and olives and fancy bread and kind of observing the golden chalice. She's
The-
not entirely let her guard down. She's just, casually talking to her little rat friends. There are 3 of them with her. Yeah, so.
Let's see. When y'all got back in pretty late too, so they left pretty shortly after y'all got back to the Golden Chalice, I'd imagine. So it's probably been maybe 30, 40 minutes since you sat down to eat.
Okay. So, how much would she have had to drink in that time?
How
Well,
fast
I mean,
were you drinking?
Yeah, how fast were you drinking? Like,
Well, absinthe is
that's her choice.
Absinthe is consumed pretty leisurely, at a pretty leisurely pace. So probably not more than 2. She might be sipping on her second at this point.
Yeah. So are you trying to determine how
Well, I don't know. I don't
intoxicated
have
she
really.
is?
I mean, above table, I have no idea what she's doing. She's just sitting there. So unless you give something to interact with, she's just eating and drinking.
Fair enough. You would notice, along with you sitting there doing your thing with the rats, there were some that kind of looked in your direction, saw the rats, and like immediately turned away.
Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't really like.
Very few. I don't know. I can't think of any people who would just randomly walk up outside of the party.
Well, I mean, was there wait staff or anything like that that has been interacting?
Yeah,
with
I
her?
mean, they've refilled your drink and they brought out your food and whatever.
Right. Is there anything interesting that's going on that she would have noticed or overheard or anything like that as she just kind of sits there and scans the room?
Any rumblings of like the events or future prizes, perhaps?
Right. Any info
Like
about
from the rich folk?
festival?
Oh,
Any...
the above table, the raffle, like raffle prizes. The ritzy folk probably always put tons of money into the raffle, and that's this establishment's.
Yeah, you'd probably hear some mumblings about last year's raffle, and there's people anticipating another rogue creature going throughout the city. With the egg raffle that's gonna take place later this week.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything about this, really, so...
There's some people contemplating on whether or not the archery contest that's planned is rigged. Yeah. You overhear a few of those conversations.
Okay. Do the rats have anything interesting to talk about?
Let's see.
Any rumors or anything like that they've heard? Any interesting information about the tree in Chipple? She would be quite interested in trying to learn more about the tree.
So, well, prior to this, would you have asked them to look into that after you acquired Thal, as it were?
Likely
Because they
not.
were looking out for him originally.
Yeah, I mean, likely not, because she's not going to expect rats to know the intricacies of a magical tree or anything like that. She's just trying to look out for maybe.
So, are you asking them about the tree in this moment?
No. I'm just saying above table, I'm spitballing all the different things that she would find interesting.
I'll say once we come back, Val's gonna still want to party. So if everybody else retires, he'll probably come and sit with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's all she's doing is what Eris was doing. This is all she's been doing.
And Val
so.
knows so much about this festival, so he's like the guy that you would want to speak with. And
right. So if you're checking in to know what Eris is doing, this is what she's doing. If nothing interesting has happened, it's fine to just wait for the party to come back.
All right, we can do that then. I wouldn't necessarily say there's anything particularly interesting being spoken of in the Golden Chalice at the moment.
Upper class snob establishment.
Yeah, it's a bit of a snobby crowd tonight.
They don't even dirty dance in here.
It's also getting late, so some of them may be retiring.
Yeah, that's also true. And they all go into the same door, which is fantastic.
On our way back, Thal's gonna try to bring some party with him to the Golden Chalice, because he knows that typically it's not a party place. It's more of like a, but they don't care. You spend money. But typically it's like higher end people. So he's gonna like not bring riffraff, but people who have money and want to like party. So
definite riffraff.
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, probably. But he's gonna try to bring some with him, and just that way it keeps the party kind of going at the Golden Chalice, because he doesn't want to go to bed yet if it's only 1:30 in the morning. He's like, as long as I go to sleep around 4, I can be up before the sun comes up to go to.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and bring the folk that were on their trot to the Artificer shop back to the Golden Chalice. On the way back, could each of you give me a perception check?
Thal will roll 1 since he's probably not as wasted.
Yeah, you probably would have calmed down a little bit.
Still a 5.
Okay. And Francisco?
9.
Wait, what? I don't see your roll.
Okay.
Oh, you can change it to public, right?
You can right click it and share or whatever.
There we go.
Make public.
We're going over the song that I'm writing. So we're not super paying attention.
Freeze. You go pop, 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 pop. That sticks in people's heads much better.
I was thinking more of just a song.
No, yes, but as far as the song is concerned, if you do in threes, it is proven. The headologists have proven that 3 sticks in the brain much better.
He just shakes his head. Yes.
Okay.
It is science.
All right. As y'all start heading back to the Golden Chalice, around here, Nissa, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Is there any magic involved?
No.
Great. Yoink.
As her bodyguard, can I grant any type of advantage?
So,
Standing on either side of her? Yeah.
That's true. I am in the
so
middle.
as you're passing,
I'm in the.
Yeah, we stand
I'm,
on-
let me
we
see
I'm
how I
in
want to flavor
between
this.
Two people.
we stand on either
also,
side.
Walking in a horizontal line down that
They
way.
rolled a 6.
Excellent.
They rolled horribly on this, so they were gonna try and yoink your bag, but they tried and very quickly failed. Like you like grabbed onto it or whatever. However you want to flavor that.
Okay.
Now there is a thief that is in front of you three.
A thief.
Eighth singular thief.
Great. Let's do.
Uh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, as soon as I'll wait until I'm aware of this because Francisco rolled poorly.
Oh,
You're pretty aware of it now that he's
Yeah.
standing in front of Nissa, holding on to this bag, trying
Okay.
to at least.
I will in Thieves' Cant attempt a. What's my intimidation? We could try it. I would like to attempt an intimidation, and in Thieves' Cant tell him, you have made a grave mistake, friend. Leave now before you are very seriously hurt.
All right.
Got a 14 for intimidation. Also, I don't know if doing it in Thieves' Cant adds anything to that.
I'll take account for that stuff.
Okay.
I see this man holding a bag that belongs to my friend.
Attempting to have grabbed a bag that belonged to me.
Okay.
Like they were trying to take it away, but now that they just kind of have their hands on it, sort of.
Hang on. Let's resolve the intimidation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyhow, resolving intimidation. Hearing the thieves can't. Oh, I didn't know you were one of ours. He darts back into the street.
While he's darting
Into the
back,
alley.
I'm gonna mold earth in front of his foot to trip him.
All right, let's see how
It goes up to a 5-foot cube, so it's enough to absolutely trip him.
Make a lip.
And I would like for that mold earth to turn into a spike.
Mm.
That curves up and goes through his chest, so he falls into a spike of stone.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do a dexterity saving throw on them.
And when they do, I will gladly do.
Oh god!
Was it a 4?
Is it that one?
Excellent.
Oh. And suddenly there's a body impaled.
On cobblestone flooring, making no tie to me.
Yeah, he falls onto a earth spike.
Yeah, a stone spike.
Stone.
I would
spike.
probably say it would just harm him very badly. I don't know if we want to make
No,
it.
it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
Hang on, let the DM.
Yeah, well, it is a natural one too. So that being said,
Yeah. True.
We don't get the side consequences.
I'm gonna remind the DM it is a cantrip.
I'm aware of this.
Okay, that's all.
Nat ones are powerful though.
Yes, they are.
All right. He falls into the spike, and it kind of catches on his side as he rolls over to his side after tripping horrendously on this mound of this molded earth, as it were. And then Is there anything else you're trying to do here? Or is
Um,
harming him enough?
I'd like to take.
He's
an
not
action
dead.
If Nissa is
Yeah,
finished
go-
with hers for the moment.
yeah, it's just to see if
I'll
that
just-
would be enough. So go for it.
Yeah, I'll just kind of put my hand out. I won't touch you, but I'll just like put my hand in front of you and just go, Nissa, he is aware of his mistake. This is a town with a significant thieves element. We perhaps may not want to make enemies that we do not need.
He's kind of clutching his side in pain from falling on a stone spike. Are you leaving the spike there?
No, it'll turn back into as it was before.
Okay. He's just laying there groaning at the moment.
I just kind of raise an eyebrow, seeing if anybody else wants to do anything.
I'm gonna walk towards the.
Thal just slides his dagger back in his sheath and
Yeah.
was just like, I was gonna do the thing that you did for me. Stab him.
Oh, that would have been great. All right.
All right, if nobody else has anything, I'll just kind of motion to him and just be like,
My NPCs are rolling so poorly.
I'll just
Was
shoot.
that an
Nope, go
was
on.
that an intimidation check from Francisco?
No, I'm
Okay.
legit. He's.
Oh, you did it.
I mean, take it for what you will. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. He totally
can-
spoke to him in a language we don't understand, and then all of a sudden he
Uh,
ran away.
You hear common words, they just don't make sense.
Don't make
in the
sense,
order
yeah.
that they're in. Yeah.
It's like pig
It's
Latin
like
or
coded
whatever.
language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool. You could maybe teach me that too.
We shall see.
Okay.
I'm going to
Shall see.
take a section of stone, very intently do a history check to see how well I remember his face, and put it on, inscribe it into a mold earth with like slightly raised elevation, and then do a piece of paper and pen and like
Stamp
ink
it?
it. Yeah, I'm gonna stamp it.
So you know
So
his
I
face.
have a visual representation of his face.
So you're gonna emboss or impress a impression of this guy's face.
Hmm. But he ran away
And
on a
already,
piece of
so,
paper.
right?
I shoot him, but as far as I'm aware, he's still on the ground.
Yeah, currently he was on the ground groaning, and then he's gonna like try to pick himself up and leave.
Okay. Well, if he sees me doing stuff, he could leave or stay. Because I'm focused on what I'm doing, so I might not be aware that he ran off.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna take it with me to the Golden Chalice.
Ah, yes. Criminals. Good to know their faces. And then he kind of
you have a picture of a random rogue guy,
Yep.
bandit, whatever you want to call him.
You want to do character NPC art? No, I'm kidding. We're done.
No, thank you.
Another one.
Chalice.
Yeah. We're going back home.
When I get to the Golden Chalice, I will say that there's this person who attempted to do this on a nearby street.
I'll try to explain the Francisco will try to explain the kind of thieves culture of major cities in basic terms, just because I know she hasn't.
I'm not
been in
used
the
to major
cities.
cities that have
Yeah.
thieves. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll kind of explain like
On our
this
way
is-
back.
This is a common method of making a living for those that are downtrodden, but maybe dexterous of hands, and just kind of continue on with that trying to impart that. Yeah, I mean, she can look out for this guy. She might see him again. But
Oh no,
it's-
this was to be given to people to have other people deal with it, and for me to forget about it. And they probably
Gotcha.
throw the paper away when I gave it. It's like
Okay.
going to the police and giving a report, and then they're just like, well, that didn't do anything.
Gotcha.
Now what?
Can't really use this.
Yep. But she doesn't know that. She just is thinking they're actually gonna do justice.
Yeah,
Oh.
this will help. In my small town,
In my small
everybody
town
knows
where-
everybody's face.
Yeah.
I'll try to kind of gently explain the realities of city life.
Excellent.
All right. So y'all get back to the chalice.
How many people did I bring with me?
Let's do a.
Persuasion.
Yeah, give me. I'm gonna roll a couple things behind the screen, and I'll tell you what.
Just know for every person you bring in, you need character art.
Yeah.
No, I'm not creating
And
character art for random
and
fuckers.
names.
That one I wanted to integrate.
Professions.
Please make sure that
That
you
was a
include
cool
their,
addition that came.
Please include their birthday and social security number.
And their
Sure.
professions.
Oh, that works
No.
too. Yeah.
I'm just figuring out
One
how big of
homeless
a crowd
person? What?
Thalarian is bringing in. I'm gonna, let's say, give me one more persuasion check, and also please elaborate to me how exactly you're persuading people to come with you to a party at the Golden Chalice.
Let me see with this roll. All right. He's looking at people that look like they're still trying to party, but like people are creeping away, and he's just like, "Party's still going at the Golden Chalice," and he's just pointing towards the Golden Chalice direction and just kind of waving people on. And if they come, they come. He's just like,
Yeah, there's like 5 people that trailed behind you.
"Cool, party's still going." And then he'll come in,
Party's still
completely
going,
completely disregard the 5 people as he sees Eris is still sitting there, and now he's kind of hungry. So he's going to go over there to eat and have some drinks. He's going to sit on the opposite side of the rats.
For context, the rats are wearing very nice clothing.
Yeah, like tuxedos.
You're in a booth, right?
Yeah.
Randy?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So it's like a
I
single
believe
seat
I
booth.
believe I sent a picture of the booth.
Like a U shape, right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
A big booth.
It's very big.
High
it's
rollers booth.
plush. Hold on, I am going to find the image.
I thought I did see one of like food and stuff that you said. Put it somewhere.
Was it in the downtime chat?
I might have just
Maybe. Yeah,
DM'd
that
it
might have
to
been
you, Bowen.
You might have.
There was a picture. I remember seeing it.
It was teal and beautiful, and
You might be thinking of the GIF.
Yeah, I was just the GIF thing.
yeah, no, this was like last week, so
Yeah, probably.
So cool.
I don't
so
know. But
I'm
there's
just picturing this
also-
kind of opulent,
Hold on.
large booth with a decent sized table, lots of food on it, and Eris sitting at the edge on one of the sides with the rats kind of close to her, or they're on the table. I'm not sure.
Val immediately gets another 2 tankards of his favorite ale.
Hold on, pause. I do have a picture somewhere.
Francisco's gonna bow as you guys get to the booth and go, please excuse me, I have another, I have someone else I wish to call upon. A good night to you all. And kind of slight bow and head off.
We'll see you for breakfast. Same place.
Yes, indeed.
And you did put the sending stones in your inventory, right?
I don't have them in my
I think you
inventory.
can do it through the search bar, right?
Yeah, you can hit control space, and there should be a spotlight Omni search that pops up if you put in sending stones. You just click and drag it into your inventory.
I think this would be interesting, but I had a lot of spotlight. I want to follow Francisco, so I want to wait until the dinner scene is done.
Cool.
But I am following him at the same time.
So you are following Francisco.
Yeah.
Sneakily?
That's what I'm hearing.
Nope. Okay.
I don't have any
Just
means
outright.
of stealth. Yeah.
I am going to give the other sending stone to Thal for now.
Yes, I'll hold on to this. Good idea.
Just in case.
So, Thal, you also have a sending stone that can be used.
Okay, I will put it in my inventory.
Coolio.
I'm just gonna put sending stones. We'll know that it is what it is. I can drag it into my inventory. Nice. Okay, perfect.
And just a side note, I'm sorry. That took a while longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, it was.
My bad.
a
No,
while.
it's all good.
But that's also, I figured it might turn into something, so I tried to drag as many people that were near me as possible.
That's fair. I think that was a good choice.
Yeah, and it ultimately will help us all out later because
Yep.
some of the infusions and things that you can do, you can pass along. And you just
Oh,
have to be
absolutely, I will. Yeah.
alive for them to work. So,
Yep.
Dude, artificers are cool.
I love them so much.
Fuck yeah,
I hate that
Really enjoy.
their casting is suboptimal, but
I mean,
the
I think it's cool as fuck
infusions-
'cause Nis is a
infusions-
wizard.
right, the infusions
And
part is what,
Artificer going into it. That's fucking cool as
Yeah.
shit to me.
yeah. The infusions are what really make it.
Anyhow.
So,
Well, Eris, what are we doing?
Eris watches as the Lyrian enters back into the Golden Chalice. She kind of saw them leave earlier. And he just slides into the booth, I guess, and starts picking at her food. Is that correct?
Yeah, he brings drinks. He has two for
Okay.
himself. He brings two of his favorite ale for you as well. He's coming to mingle and get to know
Okay.
Eris a little
Okay.
more and why
So-
this hand is the way it is.
Okay, so as he slides in and starts, like, he places the ale on the table and starts kind of picking at the food. She's like,
He
oh,
slides it to
Valer-
you and raises his eyebrows like, huh?
And
Yeah, sure.
2 of the 5 that followed you also join you at the table.
Okay.
Um,
And seeing what Thal is doing, they're going to also start picking at food and shit.
okay. So Eris just greets Thalarian. She's like, Thalarian, I see you're back from your midnight stroll and you're finally bringing that overpriced ale we discussed earlier. Help yourself.
Yes. Overpriced ale. It gets better with every sip. I haven't been much for shellfish, but it is a quiet taste, I guess. And he'll slurp one down and wince a little bit. Is there a better way to do it than just raw like this? Like, am I doing it right? And he'll look at you like, is this supposed to be good?
Quite partial to them, but honestly, this is a rare treat. I don't usually indulge like this, so.
I've had snail. It's giving me a hint of snail. Have you ever had snail?
Snail is fantastic. I had them crawling all over the garden back home. Pesky little buggers, but like absolutely delicious.
You see, in the Feywild, there's
One
snails
of the,
that you
the
can
guys that
ride.
came with Thal. One of the guys that came with Thal said, "Oh, I like a good snail. They're really fun. Interesting to
Yes.
eat, though."
The crunch
it-
is the most satisfying part.
Definitely,
Oh,
I agree with you there.
You eat them with the shell on.
Yes.
Of course,
Additional calcium.
whatever that is.
He just like kind of picks at his teeth,
Whatever.
like You see, in the Feywild, there are snails big enough for you to ride, so people actually hunt them, like flail snails and things of the sort. It's kind of a delicacy in a way, but you can make like a snail steak. Tastes
would
just
you
like a little snail,
I
but
all know
bigger.
the Feywild's a myth.
Season.
What would you season it with?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of wild, but the flail snail shell is very magical, and some people just grind that up. And I mean, you could snort it, you could use it as a seasoning. You can. It's crazy good. It's usable for anything, really.
Do
The
you
high.
Now,
you
now I need to
often- I
make
swear.
actual drugs in this world.
Do you often snort things, Thalarian?
I mean, I dabble.
You dabble.
Anything to liven the party, if you will.
I don't think I've ever been tempted to put something up my nose.
Oof. Well, I'll tell you, if you like to have a good time, then you'll like to put things up your nose. Sometimes coming down the next day, you think, what did I do to myself? But, that goes away. The short time of good time versus the long time of bad time, it's nothing in 100 years,
I wouldn't know anything about that. 100 years is an awful long time.
Yes, it is. And he just sits there and stares off.
One of the guys pipes up, and I'll say, 100 years isn't that long at all. What are you talking about?
Thal looks at him. His ears, are they pointy? Is he an elf?
He has pointy ears.
Ah, my friend. How long have you been here? Are you originally from the mortal realm, I take it?
What about Mortal Realm?
Yes,
I've been around a bit.
Like me, I'm from the
I don't like
Feywild.
discussing my age.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a little rude just to
good...
start talking about age, Thelyrian.
Oh, well, I'll talk about anything. I've been told by many that my filter is not there.
They're right.
We talked about sex positions in a street with a stranger that we didn't even know. Just 20 minutes ago.
Did you learn any interesting ones?
I mean, what was it? It was called, like... What was it?
You can use GPT to come up with names if you'd like. Because I'm not doing that.
You don't want that on
the
your list.
rusty trombone.
No, what was the one? What was the one that you said? Skull. What was it? Skullduggery? That sounds kind of like a weird sex position, but Francisco mentioned it.
I'll have to remember to ask Francisco about his experiences in skullduggery.
Yes. It sounded interesting. There was another one we mentioned with this gnome. I'm writing her a song as well. I need to sing.
Speaking of the gnome, explain this to me because I'm still quite annoyed with her.
Oh no, not Nissa. No. Oh yeah, I'm fine. It's flesh wound. It's like, have you ever used a letter opener? That's like the literal size of the knife she stabbed me with. I've been stabbed with much bigger knives before, and he'll like lift up his side and like show you stab marks, like scars where he's been stabbed
all
before.
around
like,
his abdomen.
Yeah, see, and he'll show you the one in his leg. This one, yeah. I mean, I could do a magical cure spell to heal it, and there would be no scar. But I like the story,
You're even worse at making friends than I am, it would seem.
Oh, friends.
This dude's just straight up undressing in front of.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic how I came to be, actually. You know the story I've told you while we were just in jail earlier.
I mean, I do know that apparently you thought you were a mass arsonist, and it turns out...
Yes, I thought I was a murderer. Yeah. I thought I killed hundreds of people, or dragon folk, or I guess they're people too.
I mean, hundreds is quite impressive, but
I'm not quite sure.
People?
I know. I mean, casually.
You gotta remember, these are dragonborn. They're resistant to fire.
It could have been. I mean,
Not all dragonborn are resistant to fire.
Norgard told me of their.
They know how to navigate it.
Some of them being resistant to acid and fire, and it was kind of a mixture of everything, honestly.
Even still, you've really felt this distraught when you live hundreds of years.
Not when I'm this drunk, no.
Okay, noted.
I'm fine talking about it now, but when I'm sober talking about it, it brings me great dread and makes me very sad.
You feel sadness for killing people?
I feel a little better now that I know I did not kill anyone.
Interesting.
I mean, would you not feel sadness for killing people?
I don't feel sadness for killing people. Usually it's quite lucrative.
Oh, okay, well, all right. Let's workshop this one out. You've killed singular people for money.
Not always singular. Sometimes
Okay.
there's
Okay,
groups.
a group of thieves or a group of, I hope, bad people. But I mean, honestly, if there's
Good,
money, there's money.
bad.
They can be
Yeah.
good, bad. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Money's money. I've been around. I've done crazy things for a gold piece. We don't even
Like
need to go there.
skullduggery.
When I figure out
as
what
you're
it is,
talking,
I'll price.
Zaldrin's hand
price
gets
it
up onto the
accordingly.
table and goes over to Thalarian.
Oh fuck! Oh, it's this. Oh Jesus! What is this thing? What? Tell me about this.
It's gonna have 3 fingers touching the table. It'll put out 2 fingers in a gesture, pointing towards you, Thal.
He'll reach out, trying to. Here, I'm gonna do an insight to see if he's gonna shake its fingers.
He's
Yeah,
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, he's already freaked out by this thing, the owl. Yeah, he's like, oh god, what's it doing?
I believe he's just trying to make a little bit of an impression. He's a little formal like that.
So he's trying to press on my skin and impression like on my skin.
No, I think he wants to shake hands. He just can't really do that
Oh.
without falling over, so I think it's his way of doing that.
Okay, fingers. I get it. Yes, he'll put out 2 fingers as well and like touch tips and like move them up and down with the 2 fingers. Yeah.
Yes.
No, here, pointer finger and thumb. Grab both fingers and shake them up and down.
Oh, so you're not touching tips anymore?
Yeah, but as he's arched back, like kind of pulling away, but shaking, quote unquote, this hand's hand. Yes, very, very nice to meet you, Zaldrin. Is it? How is this hand alive? And he'll look over at Eris as he's shaking its finger. Should I keep shaking, or is he going to pull away? Should I pull away? He doesn't have a mouth.
Brief moments, he puts his fingers back down and then returns to Eris.
Yeah, he shakes until he takes his fingers
Gonna
away.
be honest, that makes a lot of sense. I can tell that Thal doesn't really know when to pull out.
Yeah, he's not good at pulling out.
Oh god! All right,
Our scribbler is gonna be so fun.
it's gonna be interesting.
Well, that's very nice to meet him. I take it he is very was? He's looking very confused. Important to you? I feel you have a connection with this hand still. Who is this? Or who was this? Or what is this?
We have a complicated relationship. He just couldn't quite let go of me, even in death, so here he is.
As the hand grips tighter on your shoulder.
It is...
It's been a few years that he's been like this, and it's just been him and I. So we haven't gotten out much. This is actually our...
I take it you too aren't one for making very many friends. And he'll look around at the once empty table before he got there.
Yeah, who needs friends? I have my rat friends here, and
yes,
him.
the rats.
You know.
I believe the only reason...
One of the rats goes up onto the table, grabs more, brings some stuff back to the smaller table.
The only reason that they're even still here is because of the crazy amount of money that is being spent.
The rats?
Yes, this place, I've seen them with, like, arcane rat traps. Like, they better be careful in here. This is an upper-class establishment. Hence why I was kicked out before.
We've worked something out. I was speaking with them a little bit earlier before you arrived, and...
I mean, they're in a tuxedo.
Yeah.
So obviously it's, a dress code thing, not so much a species thing, I guess. They were just out of dress.
Just to note, there are all manner of beings. Like, elves, dwarves, gnomes,
Yeah,
the
so-
works.
So it was very much just they weren't acting the way that the establishment would like. But now that they're dressed nicely and presuming under your command, and he'll just question with raise one eyebrow.
Oh, I don't command them. We have a mutual understanding and a business. They're business associates. I think
So
that's
they're
a-
way more intelligent than a regular old rat.
All rats are quite intelligent. Have you ever sat down and discussed
Absolutely
things
not.
with them?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Yucky.
Does Thal know speak with animals at all? I'm curious.
I don't think he does. Hold on, let me check. Boop, 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 boop. No.
Noted.
Yep, he does not know speak with animals. I mean, don't get me wrong. Squirrels, chipmunks, birds, fey, little tiny fey creatures, had interactions with them. But, sorry, but stereotypically rats, they aren't necessarily known to be the cleanest, from what I understand. Knowing above the table that they clean themselves a lot, and they are clean, they just seem dirty.
they're just
But-
misunderstood. Like some of us, people see them as pests, but they're resourceful. They're loyal to their own, and
I could
they're
see that.
honestly
They
far
carry the
less
Black
annoying. They're far less annoying than most people I've met, quite honestly.
You're an animal person, then. You'll love our horse, then. Great animal.
Horses
I should check on
are
her.
skittish and foolish and not
They
super.
run free? No, that is I almost relate to a horse on the plains, just wild and free, mane flowing, just not a care in the world, just, running and freedom.
Yeah, they're a little high strung for my taste personally, but you really should give rats the opportunity to impress you. They have
Well,
whole little societies.
since we are all acquainted now and have a purpose in traveling together, if there will be more animal-like friends, could you perhaps be a messenger between myself and them, somewhat of an ambassador? I, myself, only require that they do not touch me without permission.
I think they can abide by consent.
Hey, Thal, can you give me a perception check?
All right, disadvantage because I've been drinking more. Let me give you one of these too. Normal Constitution roll or disadvantage Constitution roll?
Are you chugging?
He probably slammed one.
Disadvantage.
Sweet. And then perception.
You're all right. You're buzzed.
Nice.
Perception.
The buzz is back. Disadvantage.
You're just buzzed.
Right.
Normal roll.
He's buzzed with his hive. Not with hives, because that's an STD. But
There is a rat that kind of came up to your side a little and was just about to touch your
He's
side
He looks
and has
at it.
paused.
He looks at it. He's like, you just heard that. And he'll put his hand out and let the rat climb into his hand.
It climbs up on your hand.
And then he'll put it up on his shoulder. I guess it's kind of fun to have a little creature around.
They're incredibly useful. They go unnoticed in places you wouldn't expect, and they're quite astute observers.
Oh, yes, it would be very... Wait a minute. Did you use these little fuckers to track me down? You did. You
The
little
rat kind of looks
rascals.
away from your face.
You little rascals. Anyways, the past is the past. He'll slam another drink. Because when he says the
Another
past is the
con save
past,
disadvantage.
yeah. When he says the past is the past, he'll slam another drink because he's thinking of the past.
At
Yeah.
this point, Eris has finished one of the beers, so she's like 3 drinks in.
Go ahead and give me a regular con save for Eris.
He's doing good, above 10s.
Yeah, I mean
That's
he's doing
the
all right.
metric.
He's feeling it. He's feeling it for sure, but
Where did that go? I rolled it.
went into whispers.
Weird. All right, well, you got it. I don't know. I didn't even get to see it, so that was a blind roll, I guess.
I guess you got a 15. You're doing good.
Okay.
You're buzzed though.
Okay.
What is this little drink that you're drinking? And he looks at the absinthe.
Oh, you've never had absinthe?
That looks fun.
It's
No.
so fun. It tastes like licorice.
Licorice. Licorice. Would I have had licorice within the 100 years I've been here? He likes candy and stuff. Okay. Ooh, here we go.
Is licorice a thing in this world? That's the
It-
question. We've now established it is. So
Like black licorice?
Yeah, it's got all sorts of herbs. It's a little medicinal for some people's taste, but if you mix it with sugar cubes, it's quite enjoyable.
And it just gets you drunk?
Some people call it a green fairy, but
I
you
mean,
know.
some people call me a green fairy, and he'll just point at himself and up and down.
Well, would you like to drink
what does
yourself?
Sal's outfit look like?
His outfit is leaves, flowers, like it's very it like looks like it's almost growing out of him.
Is it growing out of him?
No, it all blends
I think it would
together.
be really funny if you were just naked this whole time.
I mean, technically, he wears no armor, so
So-
it could be technically growing out of him. I just don't know if you want to give me that power of being able to change my outfit at a whim.
No, it wouldn't be changing the outfit at a whim. You like if you lose your outfit, you'd have to wait for it to grow back.
Yeah, he's made it himself.
Okay.
It's very flamboyant and floral.
Noted.
So, Thalarian, speaking of being a green fairy and all this jazz, as an Eladrin with clearly years of experience under your belt, what do you know about this festival, or more specifically, like this tree that they have here in
jeez.
Chipple?
What do I not know about this festival? I've been coming to this festival for more years than I can remember.
I'd say the past couple decades or so.
Yeah, the last few decades. This tree is the prized jewel of this land. It wards off natural disasters. There has not been a natural disaster in this part of the country since forever. Like just since the tree, since people can even remember. They built here around this tree for that very purpose.
I mean, it is quite the powerful tree. I mean, listen.
The
can you
roots
keep-
extend to the borders of this
Oh.
nation.
I believe they extend further than that, Thalarian. They spoke to me, actually. Listen.
You've spoken with the tree? How? You can't even get near to touch it. I've only wished to be able to touch a part of the tree.
So, alright, can you keep a secret?
I kept a secret of murdering what I thought was hundreds of people for 100 years, so I believe so.
Alright. So, the giant red dragon guy, Nogard, delightful fellow, quite boring to travel with. Really wouldn't have been my first choice in travel companion, but while I was minding my own business, all the way over in O4s in a little grove, kind of just
Nice.
hanging out with my hand, in my normal morning meditation, I got this persistent calling for quite a few weeks. And I'm not sure if it was the tree's roots directly or just the little fungi that communicate under the ground.
O4s. What nation is O4s in?
The Free
Dear.
Territories of O4s? Surely you've heard of the Free Territories of O4s.
Okay, so it's its own nation above table.
Yeah, above table, it's its own nation, and there's a city within it called Ophors. She
Okay.
came from about 200 miles outside of the city.
Would that make any sense for the roots to go that far?
Not the roots of the tree itself, but the natural network of the world connected it.
Are we thinking Avatar here?
Yeah, above
Yes,
table.
Avatar-like.
Okay.
Think of it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, above table, we had discussed this prior.
Okay. Yeah, I know there's just lore that he gave to me, so I want to make sure that I have as much canonical stuff as I can. That I
You're
didn't know
doing good so far.
if Ophors was a bordering nation to this.
No, definitely not. It's pretty far.
So
yeah.
I have heard that although the roots of this tree do only extend to the borders of this nation, hence the fact that only this nation, as soon as you cross the very border of this nation, you could walk into a natural disaster and walk straight back across the border and it would be gone. It would, if a tornado headed towards this nation, as it hit the border, it
dissipates
would
as soon
dissipate into thin
Yeah.
air, as if it was magic. So this tree, it is connected to this world. So I do not doubt you were spoken to by this tree. And it is why I come every year. That flower that you received from the flower.
No, there are two random motherfuckers at the table.
Yeah. It's fine. They're probably fucked up.
Yeah, they're wasted.
Yeah,
Their rolls were bad.
This flower that you received during the flower hunt, I have been coming here for centuries to try and obtain one and have not. This flower gives you the opportunity to have some commune with the tree at its source here. Somewhat of a boon.
What have you been trying to discuss with the tree?
I've been trying to figure out how to get home, my dear. I wish
How long has
to
it been since you've been
100 years. I came through the Vale as a young boy. I was in my 50s. Still young for our age. That may seem weird to you, but a young man, we'll say. I saw a festival going on just in this town of, the Dragonborn city. What was it? Emberhaven? I forget. But I joined in. I had a grand time. Time slipped past me, and as all veils to other realms are you familiar with this? They're not super common, but here, you can see in this town, there are other Fey beings that have been here at this festival. You may or may not have noticed them. I know I have. Some satyrs where their legs look human, but if you look just ever so slightly, they are goat legs. They are satyrs from the Fey. There are somehow a portal opened up here during only this festival. I don't know if it's the tree that does this, or if it's some sort of Fey or Archfey. Archfey are very powerful beings. They can often create portals from here to the Fey. But yes, I am just trying to get home. I am not familiar with... I'm somewhat familiar with the way time works. I know it's been a very long time that I've been away from home. But knowing that...
You wouldn't necessarily know that time flows different in the Feywild.
Okay, retract that. I know it's been 100 years here. And although for a somewhat immortal being, as most elves are, I assume it's the same way here. I've known elves here on the mortal plane for 100 years. They still look the same. But I want to just know that my family is okay, as the Feywild is a very fickle place. It's one moment, the Spring Court is part of the Sealy Court, and then the next, it's overtaken by the Unseelie, and it's just... It can be a harsh place.
Valerian, don't you find it strange that in 100 years, Nobody has come to find you.
Oh.
I was somewhat of a problem child. You see, have you ever met another Fae?
Have.
There are very few good Fae. I, not to brag, would call myself a good Fae. I don't make deals or apply magical binds and contracts to said deals. Many other Fae, as one that I came in contact with, you see, my family, we are innately magical, but my magic was changed, you see. I accepted a very foolish, you're going to laugh, but a lollipop from a fairy that was a part of the Unsealing
Does he
Court.
still have it?
No, he ate it. And that's what
Does he?
corrupted him.
Yeah.
And this changed my magic. You see, if you're familiar with a sorcerer, that's the best way to describe a sorcerer. We're innately magical. We don't learn it. We just cast fire magic, cast this, it's just in our blood. And this lollipop from this Fae was very good, mind you, but I can't always control my magic now. It is somewhat chaotic, you could say. And hence the burning down of a very quaint village in the Dragonlands. It was not on purpose. It was just a spurt of wild magic, if you will. It wreaks so much havoc. That is why now even I still only do little bits of magic and stuff just for performing. Before we came here on the road, we were attacked by bandits, myself, Nissa, and Isma, and I did a little bit of magic there, and I just held my breath the whole time, thinking I'm going to hurt my friends because I don't typically use my magic to fight and things like that. I stay out of it. I drink. I have a good time. I merriment because my magic is dangerous. It hurts the innocent. And it's not something that I can control. And it is all because of a Fae and a fucking lollipop.
At least a delicious lollipop.
It was very delicious. It was 10 out of 10 best candy I've ever had.
You know, honestly, from my perspective, I think you just need to change an environment. Where I'm from, it's not unusual for strange things to happen. I mean, we're not super connected to the Feywilds, but all throughout Oak Fours, there's all sorts of rifts between planes, and there's a lot of Shadowfell energy that leaks in, and...
Shadowfell, you see, Shadowfell is quite the opposite of the Feywild. If you look at the plains as a sandwich, the Feywild is a piece of bread, the mortal realm is the ingredients inside, and the Shadowfell is the bottom part of the bread.
This sound okay. What? Hold on. You're speaking as a character with about 8 intelligence.
Very good. Okay. It's another plane.
I'm not sure you fully understand the cosmology
It is another place.
of those 3.
It's another place. I know the Feywild into the mortal. The Shadowfell sounds like
Shadowy?
not a great
Give
place.
me a history check to determine how
All right.
how much about the Shadowfell you've heard
There
of.
we go.
I'd say you've
I will say this.
of it
In
a
my
good amount.
defense, at least those 3 planes, Shadowfell, Fey, and Mortal Realm, if your world is somewhat the same, are a sandwich. The other ones, who fucking knows? They're out there. But
So
the reason
as far as
Al
the
would
guy,
know,
I interpret it, it's not necessarily a sandwich. They're kind of thinly veiled between
Yeah.
each other. They exist
Okay.
in the same space physically.
okay, very
Like there's
thin,
just a veil
like
between.
a panini
Very
Well,
thin.
pressed together, if
But
you will.
but
A crepe.
besides all of that, I mean, surely you would fit in an O-Force. We have sorcerers, we have warlocks, we have lots of things that go bump in the night. A whole village burning down is just Tuesday in O-Force. Things disappear,
I mean,
they reappear. You know, there's a lot
I
of
agree with-
interesting magical folk.
I am not one that wants to be inherently chaotic. I mean, I want to just have a good time. I mean, I've gotten to know Isma over the past few years, maybe close to a decade, and it was merely just me meeting her every morning for meditation. She's peaceful. She brings something that I'm not used to. That is my relationship with her, and we've gotten to know one another, and we've spent time here and there on the road doing this and that, and she's decided this year is the year to come to the festival with me, and I was so excited. And I'm not saying it's been ruined by any means, but it's different. But I'm glad she's here, and honestly, knowing what I know now, I'm glad everyone is here. We all have our quirks and whatnot, but I see each of us bring something that could potentially help me get back to where I want to go. And I'm not asking for your flower or anything of that, but if you get the opportunity to inquire, if you are able, I'm not quite sure how it works, if you get one question to the tree or what it is, but whatever it is, if I just would
You
like
would know it's
help,
generally a blessing from the tree, like some sort of benefit.
like a boon, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, you know,
There might be some questiony stuff because she's a druid, but
yeah, if you get close proximity to the tree, it will give you a boon of sorts. But since you're there, from what I recall, DM, you get to touch the tree for this boon. Which,
it's a whole like ceremony
yes,
that happens.
it's very much a ceremony. So while your hand is there, if you can speak with this tree without speaking to the tree, through your mind, thoughts, I guess. If that's what, I mean, druids, right?
I mean,
It's-
listen, I mean, like, maybe the tree is going to just open its mouth and speak Sylvan with me. I'm not quite sure.
Yes. Ah, you speak Sylvan.
I do.
He'll speak some Sylvan to you.
They begin just talking in Sylvan for the remainder of
Oh,
the
we should have.
conversation.
Yeah, we should have been doing this the whole time. I haven't spoke my native tongue in forever.
Now the two people are just confused hearing these like Sylvan sentences. I'm like, there's like what? What are
Yeah,
these two
Thal's
talking about?
mood just increased.
whispering to each other, what are they talking to?
Yeah,
I don't
Thal's
know.
mood increased by like
Do you know
100%. He's like so happy to be speaking Sylvan with somebody. Yeah, so he's just like, yes, and you know, it's ultimately, if there's anything I know, it's don't
The
trust
two
a
randos take off.
yeah, don't trust a fae that you do not know. Even if it is just to merely, here's an example, an old folk story. There's this field in the Feywild, and it's just going from the spring court to the fall court or something along those lines. I forget where it is exactly, but there it is a fairy kingdom. And to pass through this field, they play a little game. And if you fail this game, you become a flower in the field. And the only time that you are returned to your normal form is if you are plucked. And my great-grandfather, at one point, just picking flowers for his wife, my grandmother, picked a bunch of flowers from this field, and they turned into trolls and goblins, and I mean, the fairies were very upset. It was a big thing. There was a lot of bad things that went on, but that is how we learned of this field, and it is literally just from trying to cross into another part of the Feywild. There are real assholes in the Fey. That's why I mostly stayed home, but wandered my way through this veil and haven't been able to go back. But
I'd have to imagine living for quite some long time, such as you Fey folk do. You would get quite bored. I could imagine just turning people into flowers for some
yes,
laughs.
that is kind of the big thing about it, is it is just mostly boredom, I think. They're just like, what can we get away with? Like, I'm sure, to be honest, in the Feywild, burning a village down in the Feywild just a Tuesday as well.
See, this is what I'm saying. I mean, if you're looking for peace, don't go to O4s by all means. Stick with your silent companion. I wish my companion were a little more silent.
This hand talks to you, and he'll just have the biggest questioning look on his face.
I mean, all the time? Pretty constantly.
Can it speak to me?
Thalarian, you notice that there's through the window, you can see a very dim orange fill the very edge of the sky.
Ooh. We've been chatting for quite some time. I have an engagement with Isma and have just realized I'm going to be very tired tomorrow. So you'll have to excuse me while I go get a hour of meditation with Isma while the sun rises and we bask in its glory. But I do thank you for your time and sharing your story with me. We shall share many more, I hope. And as I said, if you get this moment with the Tree of Life, anything that you may ask it about getting back to the Feywild, I would appreciate it.
And
if there's
Bandit, I
anything-
believe it's probably about this time you might go do your morning thing. I don't know.
And one last thing, if there's anything that I could ever do for you, make some flowers appear out of midair, write you a song, maybe a song for your bounty hunter business. I just wrote one for the nice lady at the Artificer shop. Gotta sing that later today as well. Gotta put the fine tune on that. Maybe I'll do that.
The sign did read Clockwork Curiosities in Artificer's Heaven. Or Haven.
No offense, Valerian, but you could do me a favor and not sing songs about me. That would be fantastic.
Very well. I will not sing songs about you. Now, I will go up to my room and look like I am just waking up, so Isma is not upset with me for being up all night drinking. How's my breath? And he'll just...
Can Eris
Smells of alcohol.
Can Eris just smell his stale shellfish and alcohol breath?
Oh.
Yeah, you smell alcohol. It's pretty clear.
Her face says otherwise, but she says, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay.
All right. Very good. He'll prestidigitate the inside of his mouth to clean it.
Clever.
How about now?
What kind of smell did you make it?
Minty.
Minty fresh?
Yeah.
You smell a strong smell of like peppermint, almost. Very minty.
Well, unless she thinks you all night drinking schnapps, I think you're better now.
Oh shit, I have done that before. We'll be all right. I think we'll be okay.
Isma doesn't care that you drink.
Oh,
Just saying.
he looks tired as shit. He's gonna have bags under his eyes. He hasn't
Yeah.
slept. He hasn't meditated or nothing. I will
Okay,
take a
well-
level of exhaustion if you
Yeah,
like.
go ahead and do that. I was gonna mention that after some time.
All right.
You did
Did-
not rest.
I don't know
Eris
how to add exhaustion, but we'll do it.
Eris is going to go take like a power nap.
Exhaustion
is this
buddies.
where the
Woo!
tree is, or is this where the tree is?
Tree.
Here?
Yeah.
So this is still the garden, right?
Yeah, there's like a little, some patches
Yeah.
of garden that some people manage.
Thou will,
Pretty
Like
open.
since
flower
so
garden?
I had Nissa and Isma have an extra room made in the room that was comped to me. So I'll like open the door to it, but then turn immediately like I'm going out to go meditate. But I'll look over my shoulder to see if Isma's already awake.
Yeah, she's awake, so she'd be coming through the hallway.
Okay. Ah, yes, I was just coming to get you. Picked out a very nice spot in the garden, and he'll like be looking around, like obviously lying.
If you want to make it a contested check, that's cool. If you want to just not believe him, that's also cool.
Yeah,
She's just gonna-
his facial gestures are very much like looking down into the left. Like, yes, I just was coming to get you. I picked a very nice spot out in the garden when I woke up.
She's just gonna look at you, kind of narrow her eyes a little bit, but just
Okay,
nod.
fine.
Like,
Yes, I was up all night. Can we go meditate?
she's gonna motion to the door and start going that way.
Also, I don't know if you bathed this morning, but I prestidigitated my mouth to smell like peppermint. I was drinking all night. And he'll walk out.
He's just overly honest.
Yeah. He sees the disappointment in her eyes, and he's like, I'm sorry. I got to know Eris a lot better. She's very much an asset, but not a people person. But I think we kind of need that.
When does Nogard get up?
Nogard would be getting up with the sun.
I'm just gonna send this to you.
That's why he went to bed early.
Word,
Cool.
just so you know what we're doing.
Whoa.
Also, the message that you sent me, for
Is it
some
gone?
reason, I can't read it. But
Oh.
but I have, maybe the languages just aren't translating for me.
Oh no, I was just sending a sample of
What
Sylvan words.
it sounds like. Okay, I didn't know if it should auto translate since I speak it.
No, I want to get a language module for Foundry. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'll look into
Because
that between
I know,
sessions.
right in the one that we use, Francisco, it automatically translates it if you know it, right?
There's another
So
VTT that does that.
yeah,
That I know of.
I'm pretty sure.
But
it does it,
I
the
need
one
to
that you
find
use.
the Foundry one.
Yeah.
Like a Foundry module for speaking in other languages in the chat. I think that'd be cool.
Makes it pretty fun.
Like I said, I'll look into it.
So I just have disadvantage on all my checks.
Is it disadvantage on all checks?
Skills, right?
You lose 5 feet of movement. I've applied it to your character sheet in Foundry.
Okay. Great. I'll look at it.
So, like, your movement's
Let me roll.
adjusted. I think some other stuff happens. What the?
Sorry. That was me. I clicked it on and off because I was trying to read it.
Cool.
But it did not let me read it.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it reads it.
Let's see if it put it somewhere. Maybe it put it.
Hold
in
on.
my-
Why is it being... There we go. That's there. Now, if you use the Argon HUD, if you hover over exhaustion level 1, there, so it's level 1 disadvantage on ability checks.
See it. Disadvantage on ability checks. That's it.
That's what it says there.
Yep.
But it seemingly
I think that's
also
right.
reduces your movement speed by 5 feet for some reason. Something causes that.
It might be in my inventory still.
You know, you have the effect. We'll
Okay.
work with it there. So then, Norgard would be getting up around this time
Yep,
as the sun rises.
I'm
getting ready to go do his morning hunt. As he's headed out, would he see Thal and
So-
Yzma in the garden meditating?
More than likely, you'd see them. They're pretty out in the open.
I had a little RP that I wanted to do with Thal here.
Okay.
As we got there, so I had
go
it
for it.
all typed up and ready to go. So, just so everybody knows, we are in the tranquil garden outside the Golden Chalice Inn and Tavern. Morning sunlight filters through the leaves because it's just barely coming up, casting dappled shadows on the ground. Yzma sits cross-legged in the grass, serene and composed. Thal, still bleary-eyed and a bit disheveled, obviously, plops down next to me. And I gesture for Thal to take a deep breath, mimicking the action with a warm smile.
He does so. It was quite a night last night. I'll tell you about it after this, and he'll close his eyes.
I roll my eyes playfully, and with a silent chuckle escaping my lips, I just look at you, place my finger on my lips, point to my heart, conveying a sense of calm and inner peace.
I'll calm the heart rate. Woosah, goose fraba.
Okay. Whatever everybody else is doing now.
Norgard, what are you up to?
I'm gonna see them meditating in the garden as I come out of the Golden Chalice and turn to the north to go out to the woods just beyond North Chipple for my morning hunt.
All right, so you spend what, a couple hours up there?
Yeah, usually till about mid morning.
Okay.
Would know about what Nogard's routine is, so she would like rest until about the time he would be getting back, and then she would be ready for the day by the time he got back.
Leo. And what was that? Do you remember what I had you do last time, Norgard?
Normally it's survival for hunting, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what I did last time.
How many you want?
Just a roll per hour you're up there.
So what time is it?
It's roughly 4:35-ish.
Okay, so
I'd
if
say.
I'm out there till about
Mid-morning. So is
it
that
would be
about
10.
7 o'clock-ish? 10?
7?
10? That's mid-morning? Okay. It all depends on your interpretation. Because you'd be up there for a while.
Yeah, it's like normally mid morning's like 10, in my opinion.
That feels like late morning to me, but that's
All right,
fair.
8. So 4 of them, or 3 of them from 4 to 8, 5 to 8.
That works. 5 to 8-ish. Works for me.
So there's 6, 7, and 8 right there. Because that first tower is tracking from 5 to 6.
So you just progressively get worse at hunting. Like you got a good amount, a
Hunt.
good hunt.
He's getting slowed
Okay,
down by
hunt.
the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'm making more noise because I'm carrying more and more animal carcasses.
I assume you take it to a butcher in town before you walk back into the middle of the square.
Yeah, I'd be selling it to taverns and meat markets and stuff like that.
Well, we'll say, first hour you get like a couple of deer and a wild boar, and a small mix of small game. The next hour, get another good haul of small game. And we'll say another deer. And if are you specifically hunting creatures, or are you looking for other stuff too?
Nope, just hunting for uh, meat to sell to help the
Okay,
town.
got it. Yeah, so all that, and then a few more. Let me just get the details of that oriented on my side, and I will give you the, because you're basically, you go hunt, and then you take it to the vendor and sell it and return
Yeah.
back to the Golden Chalice. Right.
Above table,
So,
would Eris have had enough time to get a long rest or no? It says like 8 hours of downtime, but at least like 2 of those ish can be reading, talking, eating, like.
So 6 hours from what? 3? What time did you say? 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
it was like 4:35 ish.
Okay.
That Nogard left. You
So as long as you got up at 11,
That works.
and that would give Thal enough time to do a trance for 4 hours.
Yep.
So
And
maybe we'll
Nogard
do
would
that.
have enough time to go to the butcher and whatnot when he gets
Yeah.
back into town.
Does that sound good for you if we all just meet up at 11? I guess everybody would just be waiting in the eating area or the dining area anyways.
Well,
probably,
where did Francisco and Nessa go?
that is good information.
Yeah, they still had an RP thing. He was going to talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we still have that to go handle.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Yes, thank you.
What are we doing?
I'm doing math.
Oh, okay.
Yay, math.
I just need to know how much money Nilgard is getting at the moment.
And then I believe we were waiting to find out what Francisco and Nisa were doing.
Yes.
Well, I was attempting to duck Nissa in a somewhat public place, and then go talk to an NPC, so we don't have to do that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your whisper. Oops.
No worries.
Go ahead and do the roll for that.
I'm back as
We'll
well.
see
Yes, sir.
where Nissa would have gone.
By the way, to follow, as she would have gone around the corner, she would have cast Detect Magic on the sending stones she knows he has.
Wow. Some serious CB going on here.
So
Jesus.
if you stealth,
I will-
the magic will still show, even if you're super sneaky, as long as
Why?
there's your walls.
Why would Nissa just preemptively do that?
Curiosity.
So you wouldn't do that after? He dips.
So, my what I would say is my strategy is to lead Nissa somewhere public, then use my stealth and my spell for what was it? The change
Alter self.
alter self to look like someone different. Just basically in a moment, like walk behind a crowd of people and change my appearance. So, I mean, you can still do detect magic, but as far as I'm aware, detect magic is an aura thing, not a targeted.
Locate
Right.
object would be different.
Yeah, it's 30 feet, and I would have been following near by that.
Oh, so you're following within 30 feet of me?
Yeah, I told you I also wasn't hiding at all.
Okay. Then I'm not going to lead you somewhere public, and I'm just going to turn around and say, "May I help you?"
You said you had somebody that you wanted to talk to. Who's that?
All I'm picturing is Nissa's just this really smart child.
Yeah. This annoying little girl.
He's
As
curious.
far as- I mean, as far as you're concerned, perhaps it's a suitor, perhaps it's a patron, perhaps it could be any number of people, but I don't feel like going into specifics right now.
Okay, so it's something worth hiding. That's important. Okay.
Everyone has something to hide.
I don't really think I do.
Note to self:
I suppose.
Francisco likes his suitors.
Francisco is a bard.
Francisco.
That's
is
over the
hiring
table. Note to
prostitutes.
self.
Yes. That's over the table. Note to self: Francisco likes his suitors.
Francisco is trying to catch chlamydia.
There's Clarence.
Yeah. Nothing that a little lesser restoration will fix.
Gotta catch them all like the Pokemon.
Thal's had his fair share, okay? That's where a lot of his gold went to cure.
That's fair.
Oh my lord.
Listen, Nissa, I think you are a decent person, and I must admit, I do, in somewhat of a curious kind of way, I do have a certain affinity for you, but I would prefer that this remains friendly, and if you continue to try following me, it may not. For now, we barely know each other. Allow me a few things to myself. I do not feel like exposing the entirety of my being to you. Perhaps that changes in the future. Maybe we start sharing secrets, but for right now, I think it's reasonable for me to keep things to myself, no?
Wait, was that no as in like no asking a question, or like
It was, I suppose so.
she's playing with you?
I suppose so.
Okay. I need sleep. Bye now.
You're gonna go
Good night.
sleep.
Yep.
And this was okay. I know
Before
when
last
that
night.
was.
Before
Right at the same time the dinner scene started. The
Yeah.
conversation happened.
So what's Francisco doing?
Yeah, I will watch her leave, then start heading down the street, and just for good measure, 'cause he doesn't really have a beat on her right now. He's going to do the stealth and disguise self.
Okay.
This is smarter than going out into the middle of the city by yourself with someone that's potentially against her if she follows.
Oh wait, how do I do that? Spells. Get me them spells. Nope, that's the wrong spell. Anyways, I can do the checks and stuff for you. How did I do?
Where did that send the thing to?
I don't know where my dude
Are
went.
you
but-
whispering?
Oh, are you doing your portent?
The what?
Yep.
Ness is doing portent. Good rolls for portent.
Yep.
And
Absolute values as far as possible. Absolute values of 10 are good.
nice.
there's those.
Noted.
And then meet with you later with who I'm visiting.
Okay, so we'll do that out of session. Cool.
Yeah. It's not material right now to the party.
Cool. So, you eventually return, I imagine.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll take a point of exhaustion too. I don't know how long it'll take.
Cool. So I think, yeah, Nessa would have gotten enough rest. Nogard would have. Eris is sleeping in.
Oh wait, what day? Do I know what day? What's going on with the festival today?
Let me reference my notes real quick.
It could potentially be a history check.
I simply need to reference things
So he
to
just
know
knows.
what's happening.
That's fair.
It's not necessarily that he knows, but we'll see. One moment. You would be aware of a later night event that will be taking place. In the evening of the 3rd of chess, called Spring's Feast, and there will be some stuff there. It's not super
All right, if it's in the evening, then
pertinent.
I'll just avoid the.
Yeah, it is in the evening.
Yeah, I'll sleep in and avoid the exhaustion then.
Cool.
And I've got a stone if they need me. So.
We can at least call each other.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sal.
We're walkie-talkie buddies.
Yeah.
Yay! All right.
Thal could just yell really loudly in Sylvan, and maybe Eris will answer.
Another note. Nogard,
One final-
you receive 184 gold pieces from your game.
One final thing too, as Nissa's walking away and we get just to the edge of the spell, I'll cast message and say, "Thank you for your understanding. I hope you have a good night," and then continue.
Okay, noted.
Which I'm sure Nissa knows if she wants to, she can respond to that message.
She doesn't see the need. She responds out loud. Okay, bye now.
Okay,
Goodbye
bye.
now. Okay, bye. Have a good time.
Once Thal and Isma finish their how long do we usually do it for? Like an hour, like while the sun's rising
Yeah,
till it peaks,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
after that, he's gonna look at her and go, "I think we all had a long night. I am going to go trance in my room. I apologize for missing breakfast, but I had a shit ton of oysters and seafood like an hour ago. So I will see you around lunchtime." And I show her the speaking stone. I'm like, and I can get a hold of Francisco. So if you see everyone else, I can call him if need be. But I bid you adieu, and I'll see you in a few hours. And he'll go up and meditate in his room. And he'll let Francisco know that he is doing that. He's finally getting to bed. And he'll be down around
Margaret,
noon.
did you catch that cache that I mentioned?
Yes, I did. Sorry, I muted my headset because sun came in. But yes, I did. Plus
So
184.
Thal's gonna go do a long rest.
Yes. 4
Francisco
hours.
runs and does something for a little bit. Eris sleeps in.
And we level up
And
again.
Nilgard. So Isma, I think you're the only one up and around
Yes.
in this
Yeah.
area because Nilgard's occupied. Everybody else is sleeping.
Oh, and when Thal leaves, he gives Isma her favorite flower, whatever that is that he knows. He blooms it and gives it to her, and then goes to bed.
She's just
That
gonna
way she can
smile
put it in her
and
hair.
tuck it behind her ear. Yep. And she's just gonna sit there for a little bit, enjoying the cool grass and sounds for some time.
That grass is totally tubular.
And maybe somebody will show up.
Oh wow, look at that. The divination wizard gets the fortune reading. I'm wandering outside because I know you and Thal go do stuff.
Oh, well, it's
Thal
over.
passes you on the way in, and it's just like,
Oh,
oh, hey, yep, I'm going to bed.
Have a good morning.
Noon? Meet you at like noon, 12 o'clock, something, for lunch, and then we'll figure out. I think there's a feast tonight, and he like thinks for a second. Yeah, tonight's the feast, so kind of just hanging out until that big event. So, yeah, it'll be a good time. Maybe I won't drink as much. No, I'm lying. And he'll go to bed.
I'm lying.
Have a good morning, Thal.
Thal, you can go ahead and apply a long rest to yourself.
I did. I think it did not get rid of exhaustion, so I will get rid of it manually.
That's cool. It gives you 6 levels of exhaustion.
I'm dead.
Wow. In a dream, and then it wakes up and it's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. I died in the fire in the village. Oh my god.
Oh boy. All right. So what's up? What's going on, Isma and Nissa?
I don't know.
I'm just sitting in the garden, so
She's
I don't know.
She's gonna walk forward, get to the point where her shins are flat on the ground, and then fall on her face with her arms spread out like an angel. And
In
just-
front of me?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just
Dirt angel.
then not. She's not making dirt angels. She's just doing it spread out on the grass where there's grass area.
It's a nice cool grass. It feels good. It's still got dew on it.
She speaks into the grass because you can't hear what she's saying.
And I'm just gonna smile and hug my knees as I sit there and watch Nissa laying in the wet grass,
Face down.
face down.
She's trusting you with her backpack is basically what's happening. Her backpack's on her. Actually, she'll probably use it as a pillow. That's more entertaining.
Well, now you got a fancy backpack. What does your bag of holding look like?
Yeah.
I don't
You
think
can
that is
generate
on-
an image for
I do?
what Nissa made.
Yeah,
Oh.
they can be really cool.
You
Sometimes they have
made a
faces.
bag of holding
Yeah,
they have
that's-
faces.
with the
on
guidance
them.
of an artificer.
Excellent. I will go find something.
Whatever Nissa would have made.
I'm gonna be watching for Nogard.
Above the table, just keep in mind too, the more extravagant it looks, the more interested people may be in taking it.
Yeah.
Don't give him that information.
Above the table, I mean, we're gonna keep it out. We're professional here. He's gonna probably still make it look pretty and crazy and stuff. Hell, the one that I have looks cool as shit in a different campaign. But
He is a girl. Maybe she likes fancy things.
I was thinking like runes and stuff is probably what he's gonna go for. But we'll see what he
And
generates.
I mean,
I have faith that it'll be awesome.
she is going to be traveling with a 7-foot tall,
Yeah, she's
360 pound
true.
dragon.
She's already like
She's
already
also
like
Yeah,
walking in
intentionally-
between
Dragonborn.
everybody. Like
She's also intentionally made sure that the people that she didn't go outside by herself at night again.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, and Thal knows she's his bodyguard and he's her bodyguard, so they're bodyguard buddies. They're battle buddies.
yeah.
So he's watching out. Sometimes
Even,
it's just
even though
passively watching
he
out.
didn't really do any battling.
He took his knife out, but then Francisco handled it, and the guy impaled himself slightly, so it got handled. The gesture was there. He made sure to he made sure to say, "I was gonna stab him like you did for me." Like, you know, he was ready to go to jail again. He was gonna stab him in the hand.
Good thing Nogger doesn't know this. Because he
We're
would
just a
just be
stabby
shaking
bunch of
his
people.
fucking head.
How do you solve crime? You stab it.
Yeah. Violence. Violence is always the answer.
I'm Batman.
So
Are you
I
just modifying
say,
the name of your portent to note the dice?
Yep. So I
I
don't
wonder
forget
if
it.
there's a way I can. I want to try and find an automated way to do your portent dice because that would be fun.
It's important.
Yeah.
Don't take my puns away from me.
huzzah!
Only using the best. Honestly, if you were gonna multi-class anything with an artificer, divination wizard is the way to go for those portent
That'll
rolls.
be an interesting combination,
Well,
honestly.
because here's the thing, I will only be doing crafting when I know I can get a success.
Right, when you know
So-
it's really good.
I had no idea this is how the session would go. Okay.
So, Bowen, did you see the whisper that I had sent you earlier in session?
Fuck no. Probably not.
It was about
hard to
Nogger
see
acquiring
whispers.
an item.
Acquire what? Resend it, maybe? I gotta make a new chat for Nogard. Hold on.
Maybe just DM on like Discord or something.
Yeah, if you want to use the DM chats in the
Well, and I had done it on here that way I could
BA
actually
Homebrew General.
link the
Yeah.
item.
What's the likelihood of you acquiring that? What is this? Is it,
Essentially, it's just a short sword that, when ignite, it's short sword of
with some fire damage stuff.
Yeah, it's flame tongue short sword, so when it's ignited, it does an additional 2d6 fire damage.
That's kind of neat.
Be something really cool for a fire ancestral dragonborn to have. Use bonus action to speak to it in Draconic to tell it to ignite.
Fuck it, you have it.
Okay.
I've already given it to you in your inventory and stuff.
Okay.
It just makes sense for your like military service and whatnot. It was probably a thing that, yeah.
I will get rid of the regular short sword then, because I would have had that instead of the short sword.
Sounds
The
good to me.
regular one.
Alrighty.
I got
I
it for you,
think.
by the way.
What?
I have the art if you wanted to show people.
Oh. If you want to send it to me.
Okay. Nope, that's not it. There we go. Send the DM one.
Noted.
And 3, 2, maybe not. Oh, yep, there it is. It showed up later. It just took a second to load in first.
Yeah, there it is. Oh. So you're flavoring it as that, huh?
Yep. Notice that there's a lock in there. And anti-theft straps. Which is probably why they couldn't pull it off. The one that's like at the bottom in the front wraps around her chest.
It's a tourist
Yeah.
bag of holding.
Yep.
Tourist.
So if people try to yank
Yeah,
it off
let me-
to take it, it's tied to my stomach too. And then there's a lock on the pouch on the back, where the actual bag
Damn.
of holding is.
Oh, so you like mended it to your bag or whatever? That's neat. Okay, let me. So, wait, what? Where is it? Okay.
Over the river and through the woods. Is it?
Something like that, I guess.
Are we going to keep going or are we going to call it here?
Sounds like calling it here soon. I would like to keep going, but
I think that calling it here makes sense for me.
okie doke.
Yeah. Although I do want to continue to talk about some things.
Fancy.
Should we stop the scribbler?
Yeah, we can go ahead and stop the scribbler. I realize that took a long time to resolve the seemingly simple task
You're welcome.
with Nissa.
Happy to help.
So I apologize for carrying that out for so long. without
uh,
involving
will
as many of the players.
we will eventually all somehow benefit from it in a way, though, I believe.
I believe so. I think it was worthwhile doing.
Yep.
Cursive Strahd notes incoming.
What?
Cursive Strahd notes incoming.
Was it the wrong campaign?
I don't. Oh shit, maybe. I didn't see it. Whatever. Whatever.
I'm gonna tag the GM for that campaign and say, "What do you think of these notes?" You weren't there for
Yeah.
that session that you ran, but here are the
I
notes.
hit the wrong one. At least I actually put it in. I know for one of the campaigns.
I fucking forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Sorry.
At least I put it in. Okay, we got notes.
That's what he said.
So there you go. I've applied the image to your bag.
All right. So now that we're done, I do have a general question before I go and work on this.
What's
Is it okay if I make a dire rat wild shape form for Eris that is going to scale to be the appropriate CR ratings for
Her level.
her level? Yeah. So she could have the same wild shape, but we just adjust the CR ratings as appropriate.
Wait. Sorry, say again?
Is it okay if I put together a dire rat wild shape form for Eris and just adjust the CR, like adjust the stat block and the CR rating and everything so that it will scale with the appropriate levels that she unlocks as she levels? So like it could be just a cooler and cooler dire rat.
I'll work with you on that one.
Right. Yeah, I know we would have to go back and forth on it, but like I know like right now she has like a max CR rating for like 1/4, and then next level it'll be 1/2. And then eventually if we ever get to level 8 it'll be 1, so it could be like a monstrosity dire rat, but could be cool. I mean, well, the other thing too is like it's not too out of the question because like 5E dire rats are 1/8 CR, but if you go back to 3, they were like 1/3. So there's flexibility there. Potentially. Silence.
As far as functionally, whenever you do a wild shape, you wild shape into the creature you're wild shaping into.
Yes.
But like flavor wise, you can flavor it a lot of how you want to.
Yeah.
But functionally, it would
But
be what your CR
functionally-
rating.
Right, and that's
Is
what I'm
what-
saying is like I could do the like thing.
Like a stronger rat.
Well, no, I'll talk to you about it later. We don't have
Visually.
to figure it out
Just
right now.
visually? Is that what you mean?
No, I'm saying that like okay. So in 5E, a dire rat exists, but the CR rating is only 1/8. So I would like to homebrew a different dire rat. And the precedence exists because back in 3, there was a CR rated 1/3 dire rat. So like, I would like to homebrew the wild shape to be a dire rat, which does exist and should be something that could be wild shaped into. But I would like to adjust the stat block of it and whatnot to make it make sense for each of the wild shaped levels that Eris is going to have. So right now, it would have to be a CR like 1/2, right?
So essentially,
Or
just
like
like
1/4.
as you level up, maybe adding some stats here and there, but also like a little more health, like making it bigger.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's what I'm getting at.
So kind of just like a specialized dire into almost were rat form, where eventually it's her size. Like
Right, like once it's
it's
a
the
CR,
Eris rat.
right, like once it's a CR1, like it's probably gonna look like kind of like some sort of
Humanoidish.
monstrosity.
Splinter.
Like,
Master Splinter.
but we're not there yet. But even
Yeah.
if it's just for like a 1/4, and then like at level 4, it would be like a 1/2. It's just like, I would like it to be functional.
Relative to whatever you're able to wild shape into the challenge rating, just upping it,
Correct.
but being a dire rat.
Correct.
You could maybe even, just my opinion, take like different dire creatures that their CR level is up and like kind of mirror it somewhat, but maybe keep some of the rat-esque things.
Right.
Because I know eventually aren't dire rats able to like cause filth fever or whatever that is?
Yes, they're
on their
allowed.
bite?
Well, that's the thing too. Is like, right now I could do that at like with a 1/8 CR, but the problem is like,
Yeah.
I could get stepped on at 1/8.
Right, and then you just turn back into Eris, and people are like, "Oh shit!" And then it's just like, "Yeah, dire rat again."
Oh, hold on. Let's first investigate. What type of druid are you again?
Circle of Shepherds.
Now, are you a 2014 or a 2024?
Ooh.
Which one is your character sheet?
That's a good question. I want to say perhaps 2014, because I have a lot of legacy shit on there, and I was just reading the wild shape details in Foundry, so that's where I was getting that from. But let me look.
Because wild shape is very different in 2024.
Yeah. But I'm fairly certain. Where would I even
It changes
go
the way wild shape
on-
works entirely. And there's a reason I want to know that.
Well, I mean, like, Circle of Shepherds is from XGTE.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Wild shape is a base druid ability.
I'm getting there. Let's see.
I will say, filth favor is kind of cool flavor-wise, but
Not super functional
no, it's a
mechanically.
long-term mechanic.
Yeah.
It'd be, for our DM, it'd be kind of cool because it could start a plague, but otherwise, yeah, not super helpful.
Yeah.
You are based on what I'm seeing, 2014.
Yeah, that's what I thought I was 2014.
No, that is wrong. You are a 2024.
Oh, okay.
Boo.
The background is the 2014 background. That's why I said that.
I mean, most characters now, it's like you dabble here and there in each one almost.
Yeah, so with the way that 2024 wild shape works, you just become the creature. With some additional health.
Yeah.
So rather than replacing your health, you get the creature's health as bonus HP, I believe.
Okay.
And when you go down, you go down.
Okay.
Yep. Which is why we chose to do the 2014 version in Wednesday's campaign.
I don't even know, like, yeah, I don't even
If
know
your
when I.
focus isn't wild shape, the new wild shape is pretty decent.
Sounds like it if you get your health plus the creature's health as like temp HP.
Let me read this real quick.
Do you unwild shape when you go down? Or do
When you
stay
assume a
that
wild shape form, you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your druid level, actually. So it doesn't matter what the fuck you turn into. You just get bonus. Let's see, you get 3 hit points extra every time.
And then level up 4, 5, 6 plus.
Yeah. So that's how that works with 2024. So doesn't matter what you turn into. It has to be below 1/4 CR. Can't have a fly speed. And that's about it.
Until you reach certain levels, right?
Yeah, until you're druid level 4, in which case you get 1/2 CR, then druid level 8 for 1 CR.
I am.
And fly speeds.
I am confused about where you're seeing what one I. No, okay, you're right. I see it now.
All right, Bowen, I have 3 schematics for you.
But gimme.
Excellent.
Above the table, you don't have to share it publicly if you don't
Oh, I
want
can.
to. Above the table. I was going to ask Francisco, did you go do a heist and steal money? Is that what you were going to do?
No.
Okay.
that's the bag, by the way.
Oh,
That's
nice.
dope.
That's cool. I like the
No,
little.
I'm trying to figure out some stuff that we could do.
Cool.
Yeah, fun.
Is that
Anyway.
Is that a hand
Barely any
sanitizer
time
on the side?
passed.
Yeah,
I see that
probably.
that bottle container on the right side or the left side of it, because the way it's set up.
Yeah.
But
would be more of like a flask container
Okay.
than a hand sanitizer. She has prestidigitation, she doesn't need that.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, so like I'm confused about why you're asking about the whole like wild shape thing, because like from my perspective, like that's why I would roll up like a whole like stat block, because I would have the abilities. If I'm just becoming the rat, then I would need a rat stat block and rat abilities, because you can't cast or
Correct.
anything
Yeah,
while
your
you're in
HP is just
There would still.
different.
Yeah, the way
Right.
2024 works is just different HP wise.
We got to get you a
So-
crown so you can be the
A
rat
what?
queen.
It's
Yeah, Rat Queen. Queen of the
so
rats.
basically the only reason that's pertinent at all is certain details are completely unnecessary with the 2024 druids. But the way it works, you would get all the creatures' abilities like bite, whatever.
Right, and that's why I wanted to do a
Um,
little bit of like homebrew on it, was like kind of like that way it's because it really doesn't like exist. Because if you go back to like, all right, I could show you what I'm looking at, but I'm looking at like Fiendish Dire Rat and want to base it kind of off of that. But they've changed that over the years. So like there is a Fiendish Dire Rat. It's in the monster manual. It makes sense based off of her background that she would have like likely seen one at some point.
But you're saying it's a little bit higher CR, so it would be like a later thing, right?
But they've changed the CR on it between 3 and 5e, and that's the issue. Is it used to be a 1/3, which would be usable, but they nerfed it like fuck for like 5, so now it's like a 1/8.
Yeah. So it's like a 1 HP swarm rat ticket and it's dead.
Right. So that's the thing, is I'm like, well, we could take inspiration from what already exists and just kind of homebrew it a little bit.
I think the benefit of you being the type of druid that you are, though, like Bone was saying, is like if you turn into the 5e version of it, you're going to be the freaking beefiest rat there is, because you keep your HP and then you add 3 to whatever your current HP is.
Right.
It's just the size thing that I think you would more so have to.
Yeah.
and maybe
So, like-
abilities, things like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, if you want to homebrew a dire
I
rat for
could-
my role,
I
I'm
could
pretty cool with that.
I could show you.
I
what
just
the
don't know about making
rare-
multiple versions to level with you, as it were.
Well, I mean, that was kind of what I was like just thinking is like, because it would just be like the challenge rating getting adjusted, and it's like, so since it would be a fiendish dire rat, they are magical beasts. So they're magical beasts, so it kind of logically would make sense that there might be different variations of them.
Is it?
Here.
It's built into
I-
Druid where you can at a certain level become magical beasts, right?
I don't know. Here is what I'm looking at, and you guys can kind of take a look. See.
I'm lost.
So after the long rest, we're all level 4 now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Except
Big
Nissa.
level. Big level.
We all leveled?
3.5.
I want to take a level. That's fine.
Dire rat.
Is
I said
that-
except Nissa.
Oh, okay. Let me just change my name.
Yeah. Go ahead, level.
She flips it.
Yay!
Now she's Asin.
I'm an artificer now.
Well, we'll say the whatever book you probably studied it a bit.
Oh yeah, I was going. Whenever I go pick it up and actually get the information, I'll have gone over it quite a bit. But the introduction to actually crafting a bag led to revelations.
I feel like that's a decent revelation
Yeah.
there. It's good enough.
So, did you upload our characters from last session?
Nope.
Do you want to? Okay.
I can't.
Okay, so we just need to level up in.
Just level up and I'll pull new
Oh,
information.
is the level up for real?
Wait,
Steve?
are we legitimately leveling?
Fuck it, yeah.
Okay.
That's not going to happen very
It's-
often.
It's
but
been a while.
That's okay. We can do it
Been
again
long
next
enough.
session, too.
No. I think level 4 is fine.
Yeah, level 4 is good. I get to be level 1 now, though.
Yeah, level 3 and
Right.
level 1.
Plus 3 levels in something else, but level 1 now.
Gotta figure out if I want to. I think I'm gonna go with Bard, because I could go Bard or Rogue or
Why-
Paladin.
Baroque.
Jokingly asks a question. Yeah, you do. I was contemplating it for a while, and that just tipped me over the edge. And I was like, okay, yeah.
Woohoo!
Should
Power of
Thal,
persuasion.
should Thal take a level in Bar?
If
Nah,
you want to.
You can.
If you want to, yeah, send it,
maybe,
dude.
maybe someday.
Rogue.
I
Shank.
mean, it might be possible that Eris might be taking some rogue. Just saying.
She's learned from the
Yeah,
rats.
so another thing to note for y'all. Sheldon has like the paid thing for D&D Beyond, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So he can upload.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot.
Okay.
I don't have that.
So you'll just add whatever we get.
If you make
From-
me DM, can I do it? Because I've paid for it.
No, it's based off the server owner.
Oh, darn. I'm sorry.
And if you want to give me your Patreon key, I guess.
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
I don't want to do that because it feels disingenuous, and I
Okay.
don't like doing that to people
Well, I
who
mean,
create
it's
good stuff. I would pay for it. I just don't want to.
I was just offering.
I appreciate it, but no,
But-
thank you.
Okay, it's fine with me.
All right, later, y'all.
This is neat.
Good night.
Later, good night.
Have a good morning.